Yo, I got you, Kwame. I'm about to drop the link, homie. Let's get it. That link is for Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk only, man. Smash the like button as you come in the building. We straight to it today, man. Hit that like button, let everybody know the debate about to start right now. Somebody know Kyle's number from the boxing section. Tell them get in here and be ready to judge right now. I'm going to get somebody else to judge because we got to get the show on the road so my brother T can get to what he got to get to, man. Shout out to Kyle from the boxing section. I already see Kwame in the building. I see the fight doctor back here. Southern T is back here. I'm here. We ready to rock. All I'm waiting on is one more judge. If anybody else want to judge, just in case Kyle can't make it or he running a little too late, we going to get to it, bro. Hit that like button. Punch the like button. Kick the like button, man. Need a like button. Rabbit punch my like button. Headbutt my like button if you got to, man. It's about to get kind of smoky up in here. $44 people in the building. Hit my like button, man. Run them likes up, man. I normally shout everybody out and go down the line, but I ain't got time to do that today. I'll shout you out after the debate, because after the debate, we got to talk about David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. So we straight to the action today, man. Casey boy, what up? Why you ain't blue, bro? Let me change your color one time. Alright, man. Where my brother DJ G5 Gabe at, man? Let me find my brother DJ G5 Gabe real quick. There you go.
TKO Debate Series. We lit tonight. Y'all come through, man. Y'all know how we gonna show up and show out. See y'all all in the building.
Yo, what's good with y'all, man? This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we are in here, man, back with another episode of the TKO Debate Series, man. My thing is kind of tripping a little bit. Let me get it fixed. Give me a minute. I'll hop on my phone if I have to, but let me bring my brothers up real quick one time, man. We got T in the building. We got the Fight Doctor in the building. We got Kwame in the building. What's up with y'all, fellas? How's everybody doing tonight, man? We good?
Yeah, we good. I don't know what's going in.
It's StreamYard, bro. I don't know what's going on with the StreamYard right now. Give me 1 second, bro. Let me have everybody out and then I have y'all back in, bro. Give me a second.
Knockout shit tripping. Now, this is the Southern T show today. Y'all hear me? Appreciate y'all folks sliding through this thing. It was good. Knockout said he ain't gonna say what's up to everybody in the chat, but I'm gonna say what's up. Appreciate everybody sliding through this thing. I'm about to battle Kwame. We about to go back and forth about Cool Boy. And anyway, she gonna be easy as fuck because everybody know a Cool Boy beating anyway. You feel me? But I appreciate everybody sliding through this thing, man. I don't know what's up with brother Knockout shit, but I'm glad y'all here. We're gonna try to make this done as fast as possible, y'all. So it ain't gonna be 10-minute rounds, it's gonna be 7-minute rounds. You know what I mean? Because Alontes Fox fight tonight. Alontes Fox fighting Catherine. My boy, he actually on TV right now. Actually, I had Fox on my show about 2 days ago. My boy fight tonight. He the main event. Y'all might want to check where the fuck my remote at. Y'all might want to check this shit out. Make sure y'all check this shit out because after this debate, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be checking this shit out. So we're gonna try to make this thing as quick as possible. We ain't gonna let Kwame talk y'all motherfucking ear off tonight, right? We ain't gonna be able to sit here 20 minutes and talk about bullshit. I know his voice kind of annoying. I hate to hear that nigga talk too. You know what I mean? So we're gonna make sure we won't have Kwame here talking 20 minutes straight and shit like that. So we can all, enjoy this great knockout show, and we can, watch these fights tonight. Yeah, ESPN Plus. She gonna be on ESPN Plus tonight. You know what I mean? But I greatly appreciate everybody sliding through this thing, man. Y'all know. I shout out my brother Knockout. You know what I mean? Every time my brother I actually asked for this one, right? This is the first debate that I actually asked. I actually asked for this.
All right, I think.
Damn, there we go again. Here we go. We're playing jumping jacks again in this motherfucker.
Fuck.
God damn, okay, there we go. We in here.
Are we good? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
I don't know what's going on with this shit, y'all. My bad, everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties. StreamYard hating on you, boy, man.
Miss Knockout, I'm sorry, Miss Knockout. He left me up for Miss Knockout. He left me up for Miss.
What was you over here doing, bro?
I was just filling in, bro. I was just
you went on no crazy shit.
I can't do nearly as good a job as you, my brother. I was just filling in, my brother. I was just in this thing, just shooting the shits with
I just put it back in the chat, Kwame. All right, there you go. All right, let me listen, y'all just gonna have to trust me, bro. Y'all know I ain't gonna cheat y'all, man. I don't want to share no screen to do nothing crazy because it could start messing up again, bro. Everybody hear me? We good?
Yeah, you good.
All right, bro. It could start messing up again, so I ain't finna share my screen and do nothing. We gonna get straight to the action. Real quick, I might just do it with 2 judges if don't nobody want to come up and judge because my brother Kyle from the boxing session is running late.
Somebody come up here and judge, right? Somebody
who wanna judge? Does anybody in the chat want to judge, man? Y'all let me know in the comment. If you want to judge, hit the link. First person hit the link, get the judge, man.
Yeah, we lost the judge.
No, that was Kwame. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Whoever hit the link first, you get the judge. And while we doing that, I'm gonna get to my coin flip real quick, man.
You can let him choose. I go first. He can go first. Don't matter. You want me to go first, Kwame? I go first. You cool with that? It don't matter.
BF, what up? I see you, bro. What's good with everybody? Y'all smash the like button as you come in the building. Hopefully, we should be done with the technical difficulty. Okay, there go BF. BF gonna judge. That shit tripping, bro. It's doing it again to Kwame, but it's only doing it to Kwame though. Everybody else good. You good, right, T?
Yeah, I'm good. Can y'all hear me?
And now it's doing it to BF too. I'm gonna have to try to get on this shit from my phone or something, bro. That's crazy, dog.
Like, I be watching I can watch the fights in debate too. I did before.
Let me leave and come back, y'all. Give me a minute.
It's okay. Don't leave me. Look, wife already got on my ass about taking over the show now. Don't leave me up here by myself again because you gonna force me to start talking and stuff. We can't be up here just listening to silence, listening to the blank screen. You gonna have people dropping up out this joint. This ain't the Kwame show. You know what I mean? It's the Knockout Boxing Debate show, man. We can't just have people dropping up out this joint. You know what I mean? We got a reputation to uphold around here, man. You feel me? But we about to have some fun tonight, man. We gonna get together. Technical difficulties, it happens to us sometimes, right? I just debated the beautiful Nick J. You know what I mean? We're a little technical difficulties. They happen sometimes. We gonna make it do what it do. The show must go on. You feel me? The show must go on. You know what I mean? The show must go on. I'm about to fight this brother, man. We gonna get this thing started. I could watch boxing and debate.
Puff pass.
I could watch boxing and debate. Kwame, shit, piece of cake. You know, I don't need. You know, it's cool. I can do too. We ain't even gotta rush it. He can get 10 minutes if you want. He could talk y'all ear off. Matter of fact, we're gonna keep it 7 minutes. So we ain't letting them talk our ear out today. I don't want to hear that. It's the voice. It's the voice for me. I can't listen to that shit for 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So 7-minute rounds. I ain't gonna even need 7 minutes. Be real with y'all. You know what I mean? Shit finna be like taking candy from a motherfucking baby. It's gonna be like taking candy from a motherfucking baby on Halloween when they got all the candy.
So, my brother, what is the point that you're debating tonight?
We debating Cool Boy Stephen Inoue. Can I tell y'all the questions? Can I do that? I don't think I can do that. But yeah, we debating Cool Boy and Inoue.
All right, y'all. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, you good.
All right, look, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. There's 100 people in the building. Y'all hit the like button. I'm on my phone, but I got my laptop. Maybe if I restart it, hopefully it'll work. But let's get it popping. So we got round one. Let me go to it real quick. Put it up here on the screen for y'all. Did y'all decide who was gonna go first? Or do y'all need me to flip the coin?
I go. If you want to go first, he can go. I go first. Don't matter. He want me to go first.
Kwame, he letting you pick. Kwame, who you want to go first?
It don't matter to me. You could just flip the coin, man.
All right,
I go first. I go first.
All right, you gonna go first. Bet. So we got round number one, and obviously BF, salute to you. Fight Doctor, salute to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. BF, thank you for coming to judge, and Fight Doctor, I appreciate you judging as well. Round one, very simple. When it comes to Monster Inoue and Stephen Fulton, who fought the better competition? T is going to argue that Stephen Fulton has fought the better competition, while Kwame is going to argue that Monster Inoue fought the better competition. T, you got 10 minutes to cook. You don't have to use all 10 minutes, but the timer starts as soon as you start talking. Tell us why Stephen Fulton is the one between these two who fought the better competition.
Appreciate you, great brother Knockout. So the key word in this, the question is, who has fought the better competition, right? The key word in this is competition, not the bigger name, right? Not on the bigger stage, nothing like that. Competition, competitive. Who's had the more competitive fights, right? When you look at Monster Inoue fights, you see a bunch of second round, third round knockouts of a lot of older, you know what I mean, out of prime, a lot of smaller guys. You know what I'm saying? Most of his fights aren't competitive. He's had a couple competitive fights. Understand the word competition, not big name fight, competitive fights. He hadn't had a whole lot of competitive fights, which is why we criticize him so much, and which is why we want to see him fight Cool Boy so much, because he hadn't had a whole bunch of competitive fights. He don't even with fighting the Hall of Famer down there, it's still questions about him. It only would be that, you know, if we know, it only would be questions about you even after fighting down there. You know what I mean? Because everybody understand you didn't fight down there at his best. You didn't beat, you know, Carlos Pena at his best. You be the version of them, but that wasn't the most the best version of them. That wasn't the version of them that would have gave you your most competitive fight. You know what I mean? But when you look at Cool Boy, right, competitive, who fought the best competition? Cool Boy is beating people in their primes. Cool Boy is a young prospect, younger than Inoue, right? Beating guys his age, beating guys, you know, at their peak athleticism. Cool Boy is 13-0, beating guys 13-0, 15-0, 21-0. You get what I'm saying? Competitive fights between fighters in their prime. To name a few, Adam Lopez. Yes, Adam Lopez got 3 losses now, but he got his first loss. Cool Boy. You know what I mean? Isaac Avila. A lot of people forgot about Isaac Avila. Look, Canelo. You know what I mean? Cool Boy beat him too. Took his off. You know what I mean? Angelo Leo. More recently. You know what I mean? Another young guy in his prime. Competitive fight. Not knockouts in the 3rd round. You know what I mean? Cool Boy going in there, schooling these guys. Guys, we think, oh, this may be a 50-50 fight. We don't think Inoue being no 50-50 fights. I know he don't, because I'm a gambling guy. He don't be in 50-50 fights. Them odds be ridiculous. You get what I'm saying? Competitive fights. Joshua Greer. Cool Boy took his oath. You get what I'm saying? Guys in their prime. Olympics, Olympic medal winners, Olympic guys, Cool Boy beating them. You get what I'm saying? Not old guys out of their prime, not big names, but who's fought the better competition, more competitive fights. Cool Boy Steph done that by a mile. Arnold Kagigian, you know what I mean? Took his oath. Undefeated fighters in their prime. You know what I mean? But I digress. This is knockout.
All right, man. That's round 1 for T. Let's go to Kwame. Kwame, you got 10 minutes to start cooking, man. Timer starts as soon as you start cooking. Tell us why the brother Monster Inoue has fought the better competition, man.
Man, this is simple, man. I think Southern Kool-Aid got things a little confused about what the difference between better competition and competitive fights. Cool Boy Steve fights are competitive because he has no power, so it looks competitive because he's going 12 rounds with most of these guys who haven't really done shit, and they've been guys who have O's, but are guys who are built up and hasn't really beat anybody. First off, when we talk about Monster Inoue, we talk about pedigree from the beginning. All right, pedigree. This guy came in his very first fight and beat the Philippine national champion. He had a very high pedigree coming out of the amateurs. Second fight against a national. Third fight was against Japan's #1 light flyweight. Now I understand that a lot of guys over here, like the brother Southern T, may only have 2 channels on his TV off and on, but there's a whole big world over there in the other the countries, you know, in terms of what's going on out there in Japan. His pedigree, most people don't even know. Japanese fighters, when they're coming up, they're expected to fight a world champion, not someone that's national, but a world champion within their first 10 fights. Monster Inoue did that in 6 fights. In 6 fights, he got his first world champion. In his 8th fight, he got his second world championship in the second round, in the second weight class. If we take a look at the competition, we talk about competitive fights. His first world champion, Adrian Hernandez, he fought. That guy was 29-2. We'll say what he did to him for next round, okay? Because we know how to stay on topic over here. His next opponent that he fought for a world champion in his 8th fight was Omar Navarez. This guy was 43-1. He was never stopped before, ever. Well, we made easy work of that too. Why don't we take a quick look to see what Cool Boy Steve Fulton was doing in his first 8 fights? Looks like first guy he fought was 0-2 when we were fighting a national champion. When we fought a world champion in our 6th fight, this guy was fighting somebody named Pablo Cupal, who was 8-18. Okay, when this guy finally decided that he was gonna get a real step-up fight, he fought Jermaine Perez, who had 49 losses. This is deep into his career, about 16 fights into his career. He fought this guy, Jermaine Perez, with 61 with 49 losses. You want to talk about finding somebody at the end of the road, guys who are not in a prime. his first real step up fight that he fought a guy who only won 2 more fights in his career and finished with 66 losses. He was 64-66. So we talking about the better competition. I mean, I think this is pretty easy because somebody with those pillow ass fists like Cool Boy, if they want to make sure that he makes it, like we know they do fighters here in the United States, they have to build them. And it's all about matchmaking for these guys. You're going to put them in there with somebody who's not really a threat. Okay. So if we're sitting around fighting world champions, in 2 world champions in our first 2 fights, in our first 10 fights, we fought 2 world champions. We then jumped up and then we fought another world champion. Who's the guy we fought for the next world champion out there in Ontario? And we beat him. He was the WBA champion out there in Ontario. Let me find who this guy was. I'm looking at Cool Boy's whack ass record. That's why I can't even find it. Jamie McDonald. This is another guy, 29-2. Went out there. We did what we had to do about this guy as well. You know what I'm saying? This guy was the WA Bantam champion. It wasn't for no vacant title or no interim title. This is for the WBA Bantam Championship. Went out there, like I said, we'll say the results of what we do to these world champions in round 2. We also have some more fighters. He went and fought in the World Boxing Super 6 Super Series. Went and dominated that. Juan Luis Piana. He was 20-1. Dude was never stopped. We'll talk about what we did to that guy. Emmanuel Rodriguez, undefeated champion, 19-0, IBF champion. We'll talk about what we did to that guy. I think it's pretty simple. You know, when you talk about who's fighting the most competitive fights, when one guy's been getting world championships and fighting world champions since his 6th fight, and you got another guy who started fighting world champions way late in his career. 16, 18 fights in, he's finally fighting some world champions. And when he finally does, when he does go up against a real world champion in Figueroa, it's very arguable that he lost the fight. You know, because when we look at the PBC highlights, which is a black-owned boxing company, show a lot of Mexican highlights and those highlights against Cool Boy Stephen. But we're gonna stay on top of it because it's all about competition. We got a guy in Inoue who's fought multiple world champions, who's fought in world boxing series, fought experienced guys, fought guys who've had a whole bunch of accolades, belts, guys who've never been stopped, a lot of guys who've never even been dropped in their career. But we went and handled those guys. So I think it's very easy to see who he fought. A lot of guys don't know who he fought because they only pay attention to American boxing. But if you sit up, is he allowed to talk when I'm debating?
No, go ahead. Let him cook, T. Let him cook, T.
So what I'm saying, so if you want to say someone doesn't know, it works both ways because no one knows who the fuck Cool Boy was fighting in the beginning of his career either. You can't even name those people as well. The one thing that we do know is that we were fighting world champions 6 fights in, 8 fights in, 12 fights in, unifying titles. Way before this guy.
You got a minute and a half, Kwame. Minute and a half.
Way before Cool Boy Stephen even got his first belt, we were beating world champions and unifying. Easy money. I'll go ahead and I'll digress so we can go on to the rebuttal round.
All right, go ahead, T. You got 5 minutes to offer up a rebuttal, and this is just a reminder for not only T but everybody. Let everybody spit their round, and let's not talk in between them, and let's just keep it that way. But talk your shit now, cause shit, you got 5 minutes uninterrupted. It's on you to start cooking whenever you're ready, bro.
Facts. Notice how he went. He completely ignored Cool Boy last 11 fights. You know, most recent fights, he went to the first 10 fights. You know why? Because the last 11 fights, right, have all been extremely competitive fights. And Cool Boy, last 11 fights, his most recent fights, not what he did, 11 fights ago. But his last 11, his most recent fights, Cool Boy has fought nothing but champions. Nothing but champions, top 15 ranked guys in the division. The one fight that Inoue had that was competitive, because the question is who fought the more competitive fights, right? Inoue only had one competitive fight. Inoue last fight was against Paul Butler, a dude who won a vacant title from a replacement fighter. Paul Butler was supposed to fight Casemiro, who got in trouble, and Paul Butler fought who the fuck knows who, and Inoue just beat that guy for undisputed, right? Paul Butler fought a replacement fighter. Nobody knows who Paul Butler is, right? He fought a replacement fighter. He was food for Casemiro, and Inoue just beat that guy for undisputed. You know what I mean? What have you done for me lately? This boxing. If we talk about what people did their first 10 fights, all these niggas have been in the Hall of Fame. All these guys have beat pound for pound. All these guys will be top fighters. It ain't what you did your first 10. It's what you did your last fight. That's what it is. And Cool Boy last 10 fights have been against top competition. The reason you don't knock people out, right? Because he alludes to pillow fists for whatever reason. When you step up your level in competition, the knockouts tend to go away. Like the only competitive fight Inoue had was with a Donaire who was about 32. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, 31. He aged him out 3 more years later and fought him and ended up stopping him. But the first time he didn't stop Donaire, he actually got his shit broken by Donaire. That was his most competitive fight. And even before then, and since then, most definitely, this dude has been avoiding competitive fights. He don't fight anybody competitive. When you look at the better competition, like I stated, Cool Boy has fought people in their prime, not old names to get them on your resume. And the one time you fought a fight that was competitive, you fought a guy on your level, right? You fought a guy on your level. You arguably lost to Donaire. And then you aged him out 3 years. But more competitive, Adam Lopez. Cool Boy took his O. Like I said, Isaac Avila took his O. Brandon Figueroa took his O. Arnold Kagigi took his O. Joshua Greer took his O. It's easy. He don't even know who Monster Inoue for. He had to Google people. Then he started naming Emmanuel Rodriguez and Juan Carlos Pena. And he called him a different name. He didn't even call him Pena. He called him something else. He didn't even know who this man fought because it was 10 years ago. That's why he keep going to the first 10 fights. He don't fight competitive fights because he hasn't beaten anybody even close to the pound for pound in years. He don't fight competitive fights. If you go look at their actual resumes, not big names, but more competitive fights. Cool Boy beat more fighters in their prime easily. I digress.
All right, Kwame, you got 5 minutes.
Perfect.
Time starts when you start cooking, bro. Go ahead.
Awesome. So again, I think Southern Kool-Aid over here doesn't know the difference between what competitive fight and the best competition. He spent probably 4 minutes talking about the most competitive fights. It's about who fought the better competition. When you're fighting world champions, that's called better competition. You want to say I talked about the people in his first 10 fights? No, I talked about the 2 world champions he fought in his first 10 fights. You debunked your own bullshit ass rebuttal when you brought up Pena because Pena was after 10 fights. All these guys that he fought in the World Boxing Series, Super 6 Series, these were all guys that some guys were 19-0 because we got to remember, Donaire was the person he fought in the final of that. The person he fought before that was 19-0. This was a guy who was the IBF champion. All right. Like I said, just because all you do is maybe watch American boxing or just watch the fighters that may look like you doesn't mean that a guy who's fighting world champions is not fighting competitive fights. If you got a guy who has 21 fights, as in Cool Boy, and he's only fought, let's just say, a couple world champions in his last couple fights, and there's another guy who's unified, who's became undisputed in a weight class, who's fought and beat champions in 3 different weight classes, I don't think there's really much to talk about. You know, everyone is a bump to people who's debating until you actually get in the ring and fight a world champion. You know, when we're talking about boxing, we talk about when you're a world champion, we're talking about the top 1% of the top 1% of boxers. And Monster Inoue went through 3 weight classes and did that and collected multiple titles and multiple belts. And as I said before, when he initially started out his career, he started out his career fighting guys who were national champions. Here we go. Can I get a mute, or like what's the deal with
Hey,
this?
come on, T. Let him go, T. If you got mute yourself, if you have to, I don't want to mute y'all, man. Let him go though. You got your time though. I stopped the time. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So, what we talking about guys who were established fighters. You want to talk about he didn't fight anybody. Well, when he fought Adrian Hernandez for his first title, the dude was 29-2. This is a guy who before he became the champion, became the WBC Intercontinental Champion, the WBC Continental Champion, the American Flyweight Championship. Then he became a world champion. He also lost to a fighter. Came back and knocked out the same fighter he lost to within 6 rounds. I mean, I don't know about you, Knockout, but over here in America, we call that a seasoned fighter, a seasoned champion. You know, so when we're doing this within 6 fights, 8 fights, fighting guys who are 43-1 in 8 fights, guys that were known to dominate that weight class. Just because you weren't paying attention, like you weren't paying attention to the rules of the debate, doesn't mean that it's not fact or it don't count. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm talking about competition, where I'm staying on topic. You're over here talking about what fight was more competitive. Hell yeah, these fights are gonna look competitive if you got a fighter who's 21-0 and he only got 8 knockouts and he make Devin Haney look like Mike Tyson. Every damn fight's gonna look competitive. It don't really matter. You know who he's fighting. He might go in there. You
got 1 minute. 1 minute.
The dude might go in there and knock himself out. I don't know what's going on with half of these guys that he fought in his career, but we'll say towards the end, even the guys that this guy fought towards the end of his career, who was undefeated after this guy won his first world title, and he fought an undefeated fighter who was 19-0. That guy was the last knockout that Cool Boy had out of his whole 8 knockouts. That was the last knockout this guy had. And that guy went on after that fight
30 seconds
to lose 4 of his next 6 fighters. He lost 4 of his next 6 fights, and he went and retired. So if you want to build up these guys who have O's that are trash, you know, that are built up so he can look good, that's one thing. Because the fight is
10
competitive.
seconds.
Because the fight is competitive doesn't make it better competition. It just means that he's fighting to the level of his competition.
That's time, Kwame. All right, let me put the poll in the chat while I'm doing that. Let's go to the Fight Doctor first. Fight Doctor, who you giving that round to and why you giving it to him?
Yo, Fight Doctor's in the house on Rick James status as always. Well, I thought my brother with the avatar with the guy in the belts. What's my brother's name?
That's Kwame.
Kwame. I thought he gave a better argument. So the question is, who has fought better competition? And I think that he answered that question with his narrative. The brother Sweet Tea, he did make a good argument, but I think he kind of maybe strayed off topic a little bit and was focusing on maybe perhaps how competitive Steve Fulton's fights were, as opposed to actually answering the question, which is who has fought the better competition, which is a different question than I think what he was focused on for much of his argument. So I give that round to Kwame.
All right, BF, what's up with it, bro? How you doing, man?
Shit, chilling, man.
Chilling, bro.
Both my brothers on here, bro. This a really good debate. Yeah, I gotta swing with Kwame. And reason being, I was hoping for T to go over the level, right? Where we talk about the level of competition, we're talking about. I know we don't like the rankings, but the rankings are what they, right, at a particular moment. the champions, the number ones. I was hoping T went over that along with the more undefeated fighters that he fought. He touched on it, but didn't go into it. That's what I was hoping for. And Kwame came out with the heat with the champions that he fought. And that's really at the end of the day, when we're talking about competition, that's what everybody wants to be, is a champion. I don't know why everybody keep talking about power, because power don't have anything to do with anything. But I don't know what that's all about. But when it comes to the competition, I'm gonna. That was a good one. That was a good one. But I think my homie T left me in the bone, so I definitely got to get that to my homie lawyer.
Okay, got you. For me, man, I agree with everything that y'all saying. The only thing that I would say is, Kwame, if you're looking at a computer screen, man, don't let everybody know that you're looking at a computer screen.
He didn't even know. I named it. He didn't even know.
But also, with that also being said, we gotta make sure from T part that we ain't talking between people rounds and shit. So I thought both of them, you know what I'm saying, both had good points, but I lean towards Kwame gave me more names. He gave me a little bit more substance. So I am going to give him the round. But I would just say, bro, moving forward, don't let nobody know that you're looking shit up while you debating. And then also from T standpoint, you know, I know you ready to rebuttal. I know you want the smoke. Just hold off and keep that shit in your mind. And then when it's your time, unload on them, as we know that you're capable of doing.
Didn't even know the fighters, bro.
He named a few. He named a few, but what I gotta have you do for me, bro, just don't talk in between the rounds, man. You know what I'm talking about. But we good. We on to the next round. It's 1-0 right now. We got a lot of fight left. We got a lot of fight left. And in this one, Kwame will go first. Let me take the poll down real quick. Give me 1 second. There we go. We got that down. So very simple, bro. I think both of these guys are pound for pound level fighters. That's why I came up with this question. I want to know who we think should be higher on the pound for pound list. And a lot of people try to base that shit off of just accomplishments. I ain't doing that shit, bro. I want to know a very specific criteria. So I want you guys to tell me, based on the fighter's skills, with their accomplishments and their resume, which fighter deserves to be higher on the pound for pound list. We're going to start with Kwame. You got 10 minutes. Go ahead and start cooking. The timer starts once you start talking, bro.
All right, cool, man. I mean, I don't even know if this is like a real question or a loaded question, because I mean, this is simple. First off, it has to be Inoue. When you look at Monster Inoue, if you go to even just about every pound for pound list by boxing pundits have him. Some have him at number 1. So he's always in the top 3. At the very worst, number 4. And this has a lot to do. And I'm gonna go to I'll address what you're asking for, Knockout. Well, let's talk about pedigree. Number 1, pedigree. Most people don't see. I did my research. Anyway, this brother was born in Zama, Japan. This was a place where the Emperor's Imperial Army is from. This is a place that's been known for centuries to breed warriors. All right. Now, his father was his trainer. His father was an amateur fighter himself. Inoue, just like most guys who are boxing prodigies, had the gloves on since, let's say, 5 years old. Okay. They weren't rich. We all know that when it comes to a lot of these Asian cultures, discipline is a huge thing in their culture. Huge. This guy, Inoue, was working out, climbing ropes, doing old school training, pushing cars across bridges and stuff since he was in his young teens. As an adolescent, he was doing these things. When we take a look at how he honed his skills and why this guy has the amount of power that he has and why he's been able to accomplish the things that he's done, because he was put on the pound for pound list like a lot of fighters, these guys who knock out their opponents, do it in such a vicious fashion. This guy did this because he honed his skills and he was very disciplined, and it was more about technique. It was more about will. It's also about being battle tested. Like I said, Southern Kool-Aid decided to bring up the fact that he fought Danilo Denier and got his shit cracked, but everybody that I've known so far that has fought and got their orbital bone broke has normally lost the fight. They've normally quit in the fight. They normally will have the ref rave it off or not even come out. This guy decided to keep fighting. That's called balls. That's called pound for pound. He even scored a knockdown after that happened, which was the deciding factor in the fight, which gave him the unanimous decision in a back and forth fight. As I said before, pound for pound, there's a lot of different things that we could talk about in pound for pound, but pedigree is one of those things, and he has the pedigree to be a pound for pound fighter. He has the accomplishments. Listen, anyone who's undisputed, I mean, not everyone doesn't become undisputed. I know Cool Boy sure hasn't been undisputed yet. I know when he finally got in there with the WBC champion, like I said, if we go ahead and turn the highlights on from him fighting Figueroa, man, it looked like there was a lot of one-sided action. Matter of fact, in the 10th round, the announcers was screaming that he was about to get finished in that fight. We never seen that happen with Inoue. And even when his orbital bone was broken, his face, he never even showed that was going on in the fight. The poise that he had, that's part of being a pound for pound fighter, showing that type of poise. We all knew that his orbital bone got broke after it was reported after the fight, and that happened, I believe, before the 5th round. And that's what happened in that fight. So when we take a look at Monster Inoue with all his accomplishments and also the way that he finishes his opponents, listen, if guys have never been stopped, if guys have never been down in their career, and they're guys who are experienced guys, well, to me, that means that someone's a level above someone else. If someone's 43-1 and then they get washed in the first 2 rounds to go down 4 times, and they've been holding on to a belt for multiple fights, I don't know, maybe because you didn't hear of him, it doesn't mean anything, but that is what it's called. It is called pedigree. He's a showstopper. This guy has the nickname the Monster for a reason, because what he does to guys, he terrorizes these guys. And when it comes to the skill set that this guy has, he's knocked guys out going forward. He's knocked guys out going backwards. He's knocked guys out to the body. He's knocked guys out to the head. He's knocked guys out through their high guard. Guys get punished. The IBF champ that he fought, I believe his trainer pushed his father in the lead up to a fight. Bad for him. That guy got demolished in 2 rounds. I don't even know if he was the same after that. So we're talking about pedigree. You want to talk about Cool Boy, put him on a pound for pound list? Man, that's a fucking joke. Let's be real about pound for pound. Errol Spence, Jamel Charlo, Inoue, Budrick, Usyk, Haney, Tank, Shakur, Beterbiev, Canelo, Josh Taylor, Bivol. Damn it, this nigga ain't even the best nigga in his own gym. Boots is. Boots belong on the pound for pound before him, and he ain't even on the pound for pound list. So when we take a look at Cool Boy Stephen, hey, it may all look good. You know what I'm saying? It may all look good that he's moving around and pillow-fisted niggas and we showing and we're seeing skills and all that, but I don't got him on no pound for pound list. But what this guy has done in his career, Monster Inoue, is undeniable. Even if Southern Kool-Aid don't want to admit that he's higher on the pound for pound list, he know inside his own heart and inside his own mind, and when he opened his mouth in this round, that he's fucking lying, and he know it. But he has to answer the question just for the sake of debate. So I don't know anyone. I don't know how Cool Boy is on any pound for pound list, because last time I saw him get in the ring with somebody who's deemed to be his equal, a lot of people thought he lost that fight. A lot of people. So you don't get on the pound for pound list just because you fought a couple champions in your most recent fights. You get on the pound for pound list for body of work. You get on the pound for pound list for pedigree of fighter, and you get on the pound for pound list for how you absolutely demolish your opponents. And that's what we have to say that Monster Inoue has done throughout his career. If you can't say anything else, guys that have went rounds, guys that have not lost fights, guys that have not gotten knocked down in their career, most of these guys never even went past 2 to 3 rounds with this guy, Monster Inoue. Pound for pound, is this really a question? Then this is a joke, man. I'll let him go. I'll let Southern Kool-Aid go talk about Cool Boy Steve and with his little 8 knockouts, talk about he pound for pound when he ain't even the best fighter in Philly and he ain't even the best fighter in his own damn gym.
All right. Let me go to my brother T. Let me reset this real quick. T, you got 10 minutes. It start when you start cooking, brother. Go ahead.
Gotcha. So the question is based on skills, accomplishments, and resume. Which fighters deserves to be high on the pound for pound list? Again, he said nothing. He named none of the fighters. He named none of the, none of the fighters on his resume. He mentioned Monster, cracking this shit again, right? Now the reason I didn't run off, the rankings of the fighters, because that's what I was saving this round for. That's an accomplishment. You know what I mean? Cool Boy has beat 8 champions ranked in the top 5, of his division. You know what I mean? 5 of them undefeated. 3 of them former champions already. Cool Boy is the best fighter in his division. You know what I mean? Cool Boy beat Adam Lopez. Again, he took his O, right? He took Angelo Leo's O. Both those guys was ranked in the top 10. Cool Boy was ranked in the top 5. Adam Lopez was ranked in the top 10. That's a top 10 fight. You had Angelo Leo ranked in the top 5. Cool Boy was ranked like number 2. You know what I mean? Top competition fight. He's beating these fighters, with his skill set. You know what I mean? He's beat a consecutive number of top 5, top 10 fighters. You know what I'm saying? The more you go down Cool Boy Steph resume, the number of top opponents he's beat, starting in his last 11 fights, right? He's beaten 13 top 15 guys. You know what I mean? You go from 11 to 8. He's beaten, 8 top 10 guys. You know what I mean? You go to his last 5. He's beaten, 4 out of 5 top 5 guys. Now he's continuing to, escalate and grow in his competition level, not, fight a competitive fight and then flatten out and beat, a bunch of duds. You know what I mean? He's saying champions and champions and champions, but he's not naming the champions because he those champions aren't really worth too much right now. When Cool Boy beat them, a lot of those champions came from minimum weight in 108 pounds and 12 pounds. You know what I mean? A lot of jumping and skipping in weight classes. He just got undisputed in one weight class. You know what I mean? Who's the more accomplished fighter? Yeah, if you fighting at 108 pounds, you go from 102 to 105 to 108 to 112 to 150. I mean, yeah, you better get a lot of divisions. It's only about. It's not even a whole lot of fighters in those divisions. That's why he keeps saying, I know you don't know those fighters, because he don't know those fighters either. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not a whole lot of them. That's why he can't name any of you. Joshua Gert, you know what I mean? Former Olympian, undefeated fighter before Cool Boy beat him. He talked about him losing this many amount of fights. Yes, but Cool Boy was the first one. Cool Boy is the one that knocked that loose. Cool Boy is the one that knocked Angelo Leo loose. You know what I mean? Cool Boy is the one that knocked was Bud Crawford a guy named Arnold Kagigian. He's the one that knocked him loose. You get what I'm saying? He's fighting these guys in the prime. He can't even name you the champions. He keeps saying champions and champions and champions. Cool Boy beat a bunch of champions too. But the thing is, Cool Boy more than likely was the champion in his toughest fights because he challenged other tough fighters. He's not having a tough fight every 3 to 4 years. You get what I'm saying? Cool Boy, anyway, is on these boxing pundits. He mentioned pundits. He's on these boxing pundits lists because he works for the boxing pundits. The list he's talking about is the ESPN pound for pound list. If Cool Boy works for me, why wouldn't I put him? If anyway works for me, why wouldn't I put him on the pound for pound list? The thing that everybody keep missing is I'm naming you the more competitive fights because those are the high level. I'm naming you the more competitive fights because when you fight, the fights get more competitive when you step up in your competition. If Kuba was fighting a bunch of old guys, you know what I mean, his whole career, you know what I mean, he'll have a bunch of KOs too. You know what I mean? When you step in the competition, the knockouts go down, which is why he didn't knock out Donner. You know what I mean? The first time. He knocked him out the second time because Donner was old. And he didn't mention nothing about his skill. This was his time to mention power. He just bumped over that. But this is called boxing. This ain't called power. The sport ain't called power. It ain't called knockout. It's called boxing. And Cool Boy can box with the best of them. He's the best pure boxer in his division, which is why the other guy with the 2 belts is avoiding him, which is why he can't get undisputed. You know what I mean? Because guys avoid him because he's a great boxer. People would rather go in there and get knocked out than to get outboxed for 12 rounds and made look like a fool. You know what I mean? And that's what Cool Boy does to people. He makes you look like a fool. And we talk about this power. He never had this power at 122 pounds. He got this power in the lower weight divisions against all those smaller guys. Most of the guys that he beat are smaller than him. Either in reach, in height, or in both. Majority of the guys, he's going up to fight Cool Boy. You're not down there with them little dogs no more. You moving up in weight class. You there with the big dogs. You on the pound for pound list because you part of the system. You know what I mean? You keep mentioning PBC and I don't know black fighters for whatever reason. You know what I mean? You keep calling me Kool-Aid and shit. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I think you're a little sweet. You know what I mean? Anyway, you sound like it. I think that's why I won't never see you on camera. You know what I mean? My name's Southern T. You know what I mean? Quit calling me Sweet T. You making me uncomfortable, my boy. You know what I mean? But as far as his skill level, this ain't called power. This called boxing. He's the much better boxer. Jab is much better. You talking about his power? Cool Boy fights at a higher division. We don't know what he gonna do when he fight Cool Boy. He already never fought a black guy. He never fought a guy as big as Cool Boy either. In reach, longest reach he ever been in the ring with. That's gonna matter. He hasn't been fighting the level of competition fights Cool Boy been having. Cool Boy has the better resume because in just his last fights, his last 5 fights, he's fought guys in the top 5. Paul Butler was not ranked in the top 5. Paul Butler was a fight for Casemiro. Paul Butler beat a throw-in fighter, and Cool Boy beat him in any way beat him for undisputed. That man has fought no competition. That's why you can't name him. That's why you keep saying champions and champions. A lot of champions are orchestrated. And anyway, is one of them orchestrated champions, which is why he's put on the pound for pound list, higher than guys like Cool Boy, and he ain't beat nobody. I'm done.
All right, man. Let's go to Kwame. Kwame, you got 5 minutes for your rebuttal. Timer starts when you start talking, bro. Go ahead.
Man, you gotta need to put the blunt down, man. First off, half the stuff you said was cap. You talking about the last 11 fights and him taking these guys and how all these guys were top fighters in his last 11 fights. He fought a guy, Cool Boy, fought a guy with 49 losses. You know, like I said, guy finished his career with 66 losses. You want to talk about Joshua Greer and him taking Joshua Greer's big deal. Joshua Greer, when he fought Cool Boy, was 3-0. He was green in boxing. He was 3-0, and he already had a draw. There's with the draw right there, you see there's already vulnerability in the beginning of his career. So you're sitting up talking about power and power and power this and power that. Listen, this guy came from 108 and moved up the weight classes and continued to do what he did. He got rid of Donito Dunier. What he did was with Donito Dunier, he stopped him within 2 rounds. That when Donito Dunier went down, that was one of the most devastating knockouts he ever had in his entire career. So, but we want to talk about pound for pound and what pound for pound is, because that's what this round really is about. You don't just earn or become, because the question is who deserves to be higher. That's what's on the screen. Based on skills, accomplishments, and resume, who deserves to be higher on the pound for pound list. Cool Boy going life and death with Figueroa doesn't put him at the top of the pound for pound list, but we know with the devastating knockouts that Monster Inoue has had, that definitely belongs to be on the top pound for pound list. And we can't say that one is good for one person and it's not good for the other, because what most people think who has said is at the top of the pound for pound list in Terrence Budrick Crawford, this guy has beaten nothing but bums, but because he's knocked them out and showed that he was a class above them, and the guys who have gotten into the ring with him that didn't belong in the ring with him, he did what he was supposed to do with them and just waste these guys. That's what keeps you at the top of the pound for pound list. And I tell you one thing, when it comes to Monster Inoue, I see a very similar pattern in that. Whether you think these world champions that he's beat, that he's gotten multiple belts through multiple weight classes, he's even jumped 2 weight classes to do and become undisputed in weight classes, he's done what he's done, which is shown guys that if you don't belong in a ring with me, motherfucker, you're going to sleep, and I'm going to show you that. When Cool Boy got a chance to go fight a guy who was a world champion in Figueroa. As I said before, anyone in this chat could go turn on the highlights. All we see is Cool Boy getting punished most of in the highlights. The nigga looked like he was fighting a fucking octopus. There was so many fucking arms, hands, and feet being put on this nigga. And then, like I said, in the 10th round, the announcers was announcing as if he was getting ready to get knocked out. He had stinky leg. He's bobbling, and his back is hitting the back of the turnbuckle. And he didn't even know if he won the fight. Go take a look when the announcer was announcing the scores. Cool Boy looked nervous as fuck. He had the same face Andre Ward had in the first Kovalov fight when he was waiting for the decision. So, if again, when we're looking at pound for pound, right? Pound for pound means accomplishments, resume, and then what you actually do with the opponents who get in the ring. Fucking Cool Boy goes in there, dances around, and plays patty cake with these niggas. He's got 8 knockouts. Like I said, he makes Devin Haney look like Mike Tyson.
1 minute,
That's
Kwame,
what
1 minute.
He does. When Monster Inoue goes in there, motherfuckers go to sleep. They don't get off the mat. When their next fight, they don't look good. Their careers be ruined. And just because you brought up a fact about Monster Inoue fighting down at 108, it's not his fault he started down there. He has to do what he's supposed to do with the people in his weight class. Just like Cool Boy Steph is supposed to do what he's supposed to do with the people in his weight class. And from what I've seen so far, when he's in a fight with a tough opponent like Figueroa, all I seen him look like was a fucking pinata at the end of the day, getting bounced around the ring and waiting for a
10
PBC
seconds.
decision. And it's tough for me to do that to Cool Boy because I consider Philly as my home. But hey, I gotta call
That's time, Kwame. That's time, Kwame. T, you got 5 minutes for your rebuttal. Timer starts when you start talking, bro.
Okay, the only thing he really said about my rebuttal was that I kept mentioning power. First thing I want to say is you the one that kept bringing up power, in the first round. What I said was you didn't even mention power, in this round when we talking about based on skills, accomplishment, and resume. You still didn't name me a fighter off his resume, who worked the damn. And I just told you that when Cool Boy beat, his last 11 fights, at the time he beat them, not what they went on to do after him. At the time he beat him, right? Joshua Gere was 3-0, right? He beat him. Adam Lopez was 8-0, right? When Cool Boy beat them, they were highly ranked opponents. No, they didn't have championships at that time because he was fighting the best competition on the way up. He wasn't hopping, jumping, and skipping divisions. He wasn't getting title shots as soon as he going to these open divisions, getting open title shots and vacant title shots against Lord knows who. You know what I mean? We talking about him having to actually fight tough competition. Brandon Figueroa. Yes, if you fight tough competition, it's gonna look a certain way. Didn't you see what? Again, I bring up Donaire because that's the only good fight, competitive fight that man had. Didn't you see what happened to him with Donaire? It was tough. He was getting knocked around. You know what I mean? He went. I ain't gonna say he went life and death. Fuck that. You get your orbital broken. You went life and death. That's what happened when you take good fights. I wish Cool Boy would do that more to actually deserve his ranking on the pound for pound list. It's sad that guys like Cool Boy not on the pound for pound list when he taking people O's. Arnold Kagigian, who's still a top 15 ranked guy. Angelo Leo, who's still a top 10 ranked guy. Brandon Figueroa, who's still a top 5 ranked guy. Adam Lopez, you know what I mean? Who he just got beat up by Supernova. Shout out Supernova. You get what I'm saying? Still taking tough competition. That's what happened when you fight tough competition. You may lose. You know what I mean? That happens sometimes. Cool Boy, anyway, not testing himself. When he do test himself, it's a rough fight for him. He only had one. Of course, he's knocking guys out. Again, he's much bigger than those guys. Now it's not his fault he fighting at the lower weight classes. But he could move up. He could have been moved up. That's why he's a lot bigger than those guys. We've been saying that for the longest, man. I wish Inoue will move. I wish Inoue will fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he knocking these guys out. He done built up a highlight reel. But Cool Boy ain't no highlight reel. Cool Boy is way more tested and way more ready for a fight like this because he's fought the better competition. He has a far better skill set, a more variety of punches, more defensively sound. You know what I mean? You keep bringing up Power. That Power versus Schoolboy is going to be null and void because he never fought at 122. He's going up. He's going up a weight division. We don't know what that Power go do. You keep talking about him stopping guys and knocking guys out. Then he going to have to box. Again, I said it's not called Power. You kept talking about Power. It's called boxing. It's not called Power. Cool Boy's the far better boxer. You know what I mean? Much better jab. Use his angle much better feet. That stuff Monster been getting away with at them lower divisions with those 108 pounders, 112 pounders, 115 pounders, and 118. That shit is not going to fly with Cool Boy, the best fighter at 122. You know what I mean? When you fight the near the first time, yeah, that's the best fight in the best. You ain't had another best fight in the best outside of the Donaire. Now you got one with Cool Boy. You never even fought a fighter that fight like Cool Boy. You know what I mean? Pound for pound, you beat different styles. Figueroa inside fighter, Cool Boy beat him inside. Angelo Leo counter puncher banger. Cool Boy drop him. Stop it, bro. What do you mean? He's the much more accomplished fighter. If you're going by ranking, last fight Paul Butler wasn't even ranked. Again, Paul Butler got a vacant belt from he was a cherry for Casemiro to get to anyway, and he messed up. And Paul Butler
1 minute till you got 1 minute.
And Paul Butler got that strap. Again, you said you mentioned nothing about skill. The skill of anyway, I mean the skill of Cool Boy is far superior than anyway. He's much more battle tested. You know what I mean? All anyway could do is knock you out. You know what I mean? He's not going out there showing you the defensive ability, using angles, using footwork. Most of the time, he running straight to people, leader running sometimes with his hands behind his back. That's what you do when you fight scrubs. That's what you do when you fight scrubs. He wasn't doing it to Donaire because he wasn't there with no scrub.
20 seconds.
That man's on the pound for pound list because he's the creation. And it's sad guys like Cool Boy then beat top 10 ranked fighters his last 11 fights and can't be ranked on the pound for pound list at all.
10 seconds. All right, cool. All right, bet. All right, let's go to the judges. This time we'll go to BF first. BF, who you giving that round to and why? I'm putting the poll in the chat for you guys in the chat so y'all can vote who y'all thought won real quick before BF goes. Don't forget, I got a big announcement for y'all later too, and we'll be talking some boxing after this debate. I'll be talking about the David Benavidez and Caleb Plant press conference. So y'all be sure to tune in and stay here after the debate, because we're going to keep talking boxing a little bit as soon as it's over, because they about to start the last round right now. But BF, go ahead and let us know who you got winning round one, bro. I mean, round two.
Okay, for sure. Man, I think both of my brothers left a lot of meat on the bone. They left a lot of meat on the bone because pound for pound is a very opinionated statement, but they left a lot of meat on the bone. I'm going to have to give this one to T. And the reason why I give it to T is a few things that sort of they stood out to me that I wish Kwame wouldn't have said. When one thing he said about most pundits and most all the pundits, and I don't have Kwame. I don't have him not top 10 on my pound for pound list. I have my own pound for pound. I don't have him top 10. You know what I'm saying? He's on there, but he's not top 10. I definitely do have Cool Boy above him. And they're not necessarily just speaking to Kwame, my brother Kwame, but in general, I look at pound for pound more so as if your skill set matches up with this skill set, who would you pick to beat? Power is part of skills, but if I can't hit you, then what? And I've seen Cool Boy in there with a lot of people that tried to hit him and really couldn't do it. So for me, I think both of my brothers left a lot of meat. That one could have went either way, but they left a lot of meat on the table. So I gave it a meat.
Okay, all right. Fight Doctor, who you get a second round to?
Yeah, so I like Kwame's argument. I think that perhaps his argument could have been more effective in this round had he borrowed more heavily from the argument that he made in his previous round. But again, the question is, based on skills, accomplishments, and resume, which fighter deserves to be higher on the pound-for-pound list? When I first saw that question, I thought it was kind of loaded, right? Because, of course, most accredited, and I use that word loosely, pound-for-pound lists have Inoue somewhere in the top 5. So I kind of figured this would be an easy, low-hanging fruit type of question for Kwame. However, the brother T, I thought, was more effective in his argument in terms of answering the question that was actually asked, which is based on skills, accomplishments, and resume, who deserves to be higher on the pound-for-pound list. And I thought that a lot of the key arguments that he was making was addressing that question better than the arguments that Kwame was making. And I enjoyed the narrative that Kwame was making in the first round concerning Inoue's pedigree, his heritage, and so forth. However, that narrative didn't really, in my mind, answer the question that was in front of us. It could have been 2-0 on my scorecard for Kwame had he maybe focused more on what the question was actually asking. But I got to give this round to T.
Okay. All right. We're in agreement. I gave around the T2 couple of things. Kwame started off his round talking about pedigree, and talking about how Inoue came up and his dad being his trainer. That kind of lost me. The two skills I kind of was able to hone in from his overall argument was talking about Monster Inoue's heart, how he fought through a broken orbital bone, and then his finishing ability and his power. Those are the only things that really got at me from a skill perspective. As far as the accomplishments that he brought up how Monster Inoue was undisputed, which I thought was very good. But then when he started making argument over Boots and Boots is pound for pound over Fulton, that again lost me. T's opening argument, bringing up the top fighters that Fulton fought, I thought was good. Then he also talked about Fulton's skill set as a pure boxer. And then the main thing I thought he did well, and which made me edge around towards him, he offered up a rebuttal to Monster Inoue's power that I don't think got answered thoroughly enough for me to get around to Kwame when he brought up, hey, Monster Inoue ain't never fought at 122 pounds. These guys are bigger. How we know his power going to translate and carry over. And then when they went to the rebuttal, Kwame almost saved it for me because he was talking about how Fulton went life and death with Figueroa. But then I like T's comeback in his rebuttal, again, doubling down on the skills. And then when he started bringing up how Stephen Fulton has a better defense, he started talking about his jab and his angles and the footwork. That swayed it to me. I thought that he kind of edged around because he talked more about the heart of the question. He brought up skills and accomplishments and offered up some rebuttals to the skills that Kwame brought up. Kwame did a good job with his accomplishments and his rebuttals. He left me a little bit hanging on the skills part. And I thought one of the skills that he talked about most, the power and the ability of Monster Inoue to just get guys the hell up out of there, that got rebutted. And I didn't see him go anywhere else with it. Talk about his time and his counterpunching ability, all this other shit that they probably gonna talk about in the third round. So long story short, without being long-winded, I too gave it to T. We 1-1. Looks like the chat got it for T as well. We 1-1. Final round, close ass debate, just like we expected. We only put the best debaters on the platform to get it in. So this is the one that we always love to ask, man. They riding for their guys right now. You got Kwame who got Monster Inoue. You got T who got the brother Stephen Fulton. Who gonna win the fight and why? And shit, this is one that ain't a fantasy fight. They about to fight real soon. They finalizing the fight right now. We all know this. So I got these brothers to come up here and give us their fight prediction early, and let's see who can make the best argument. So T, it's on you, bro. Last round, you got 10 minutes. Tell us why Stephen Fulton is gonna beat Monster Inoue. You got 10 minutes. Timer starts when you start talking, bro.
A part of the reason, right, when we talking about accomplishments in competition, right, and resume, the big part of the reason why he can't name you the fighters and stuff like that is because Inoue ain't been in there with any of them, right? Inoue doesn't have a skill set. Inoue is the type of fighter who's been moving a certain way to do exactly what he's done, to get an interest, to draw interest, to be put at the top of the pound for pound, to be strategically set up to knock these older champions out, you know what I mean, when they're past their prime. You know what I mean? To be strategically set up to fight these smaller fighters who are inferior to him in size and to height and to reach at most times. You know what I mean? But we talking about Inoue going up in a division. Not only is he going up in a division, in his first fight, kudos to him, shout out Inoue. But in his first fight, he's going to fight the best fighter at the 122-pound division. Now, I brought up him fighting inferior fighters. Not only are they inferior in size, the way Inoue's fighting them, inferior in age, you know what I mean, inferior in size, they're also inferior in skill. He's fighting a guy in Cool Boy who is 5'7" to his 5'4", 5'5". He has a 67-inch arm reach. Cool Boy has a 70-inch arm reach. Inoue has never fought a fighter with a 70-inch arm reach. The tallest fighter that Inoue has fought is 5'7". Effectively, Cool Boy is the biggest fighter that Inoue is going to fight. Not only is Cool Boy the biggest fighter that Inoue has ever fought, he's going to be the most skilled fighter that he's ever fought. He has the longest arm reach that Inoue has ever fought. Not only that, he's going to have the best jab that Inoue has ever been in the ring with. Not only is he going to have the best, and this is not me throwing fluff on nothing. I don't got to throw fluff on nothing. I can actually tell you in depth, you know what I mean, the fighters, the resume. I don't got to just say champions. I can tell you exactly what's going on. He's never had to fight a person with a good as jab as Cool Boy. Argue me. Is the new jab as good as Cool Boy? No. Is power, but no. I'm not even going to the resume because I'll be wasting my time, you know what I mean? And I don't got time like that to waste. So we talking about a guy who has a better jab, a guy who has the best footwork that he's ever been in there with, the biggest fighter he's ever been in there with. Inoue is going up against a lot of variables. This is the first fight where we can look at it and be like, man, I don't know if Inoue go pull this off. It's because this guy hasn't even fought the competition level. He hasn't even fought the style of fighter because he's been put in there with a certain type of fighter, you know what I mean, to get him to this point, to lose to a guy like Cool Boy Steph, a guy who's just better than you. He's just better than him in every way, from the jab to the feet, to the defense, to the angles, to the head movement, because Inoue has none. He blocks punches with his face, which is how you get your eye broken. He literally will put his hands behind his back and stick his face out there. I bet you at no point will he ever do that against Cool Boy, because like I alluded to earlier, the only competitive fighter he's had is with Donaire, the first one, not even the second one. You know what I mean? And you can't do that stuff when you step up your level in competition. And he's only done that once. And Donaire is not even the style of fighter, especially not at that age that Cool Boy is. He hasn't even been prepared to be the guy like Cool Boy, a guy who's much bigger than you, with a bigger arm reach, better jab, quicker than you, better defensive angle, better feet. You know what I mean? Just all around a better fighter. And a fighter like you is what's going to get Cool Boy the recognition that he deserves. You know what I mean? The reason Cool Boy wins this fight is just because he's just better in every way. The only thing that Cool Boy, the only thing that Inoue has is that power. Oh, he stopped guys. He can hit people. We don't know what that's going to be like at 122. He's fighting a much bigger guy. We don't know how this going to translate. That power that he got, that he can stop people. Oh, he stops people in the third round. Guarantee you he don't stop Inoue. He don't stop Cool Boy in the third round. That power, we don't even know. We don't know if he go touch Inoue, and we don't know if he go touch Cool Boy and not even be able to hurt him, because he's never even fought a guy as big as him. Never in his career, never fought a guy as skilled as him. He's going into a fight where he's not the best athlete. He's going to a fight where he don't have the better jab, where he's not the stronger fighter. You talking about Cool Boy, 8 knockouts. He got 8 knockouts. Yeah, at 122. And Inoue never had a knockout at 122. So Cool Boy got 8 at the weight class they go fight at, and Inoue got 0. So how about that? That power, we don't know what this going to do. Everybody got power. What if Cool Boy hit Inoue and break him up? He's a small guy compared to Cool Boy. Usually Cool Boy is what? The smaller guy. He's actually the bigger guy in this fight. He gonna have an advantage in this fight. We don't know how he gonna react to fight a smaller guy. We don't know if Cool Boy go hit Monster and break his eye. We don't know if he could take that power at 122. And you fighting the best guy at 122, you know how strong you got to be to keep Brandon Figueroa off you with the constant pressure that he got. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know how skilled you got to be the guy like Brandon Figueroa in the inside who throw 1,000 punches. You know what I mean? You know how skilled you got to be the guy like a monster, a brawler like Angelo Leo. You know what I mean? That's the only chance that Inoue got is to do something like Angelo Leo. Inoue is Angelo Leo at 122, and Cool Boy already beat him. I could argue at 122 he might not even be as good as Angelo Leo, because we still don't know how his power gonna translate. And he's about to step up and fight the best guy at 122. The man's about to get smoked, just like his resume, smoke and mirrors. Don't you know that got something to do with smoke? Just like his resume, smoke and mirrors. Like your 5-4, smoke and mirrors. That shit don't matter. That don't help you here. That ain't gonna help him here. He's never been in the ring with a beast like Cool Boy at no point in his career. He's about to lose. He was born to lose to a fighter like Cool Boy. Cool Boy was made to beat him. Everything that man doesn't do, Cool Boy does 10 times better. That power that he got, guarantee you it's not going to translate like y'all think it's going to translate. That's his only hope, is catching Cool Boy and stopping him. Oh, yeah, he finna catch this dude that's 3 inches taller than him with a 4-inch arm reach. That's quicker than him. Yeah, you're right, with better feet, with better angles, with better head movement. Right, he finna catch him and stop him. You couldn't even stop down there. He was right there in front of you. Kubo not gonna be right there in front of you. You're not strong enough to walk Kubo down. You're not Brandon Figueroa. Brandon Figueroa will beat anyway the fuck up. Murder scene. Guarantee you. This is not the reason you fight Cool Boy first. Shout out to you anyway. I like you, but I gotta do it to you. The reason you step up and you fight him, so we can say, yeah, Cool Boy, you stepping up now. You stepping up him because you know you will lose to most of them folks. So you gotta go and get it out the way. You probably going back down after he beat you up and go say they too big for you. Anyway, it's not that. He's a placeholder. He's been put in a place by ESPN, which is why he's in all the ranking, the pundits pound for pound, because they work for ESPN and Ring, and all them are in your way guys. Of course, he's gonna be ranked high above guys like Cool Boy, Jermell Charlo, not even there. You want to validify a pound for pound. Cool Boy wins this fight because he saw better competition along the way, early in his career. Guys in their prime, not old guys past their prime, set up to be knocked out. Anyway, fight a competitive fight every 3-4 years in between. You keep naming champions because you don't know these guys, and these guys really want they good, or they was old. They fit right into the profile that I'm talking about. He's not better than him in no way, shape, or form. He's never fought a guy with he's never fought a guy who's more athletic, never fought a guy with better feet, never fought a guy with faster hands, never fought a guy with better defense, never fought a guy that's more athletic, never fought a guy at 122. It's a whole bunch of question marks left with Inoue. And I think Cool Boy gonna answer him. And it ain't gonna end like you think it's gonna end. It's gonna end ugly for your boy. I'm through.
All right, that's T's last round. Let's go ahead and go to you, Kwame. Before I do, y'all hit my like button. I got 235 people in here and I got 170 likes. Y'all get the likes up for me one time, but I ain't gonna hold my brother up. Kwame, you got 10 minutes. Start cooking and the timer starts once you start, bro.
Yeah, man, this is interesting, man. Half the shit he just said was subjective, like this is all fact. First thing, you talk about Inoue's power is not gonna carry with him when he moves up to fight Cool Boy. You acting like he's going from 147 to 154, where there's a 7-pound weight difference. He's going from 118 to 122. It's 4 pounds. It's nothing. I mean, these guys are already small. Part of what I did leave out in the last round that I will bring up for this round on why he will beat Stephen Fulton is because Inoue, most of Inoue's power comes from his timing and his accuracy of his shots and the technique in his punches. So we've seen multiple knockouts. We've seen knockouts from to the head. We see knockouts through the high guard. We see knockouts to the body. What I saw the blueprint is right there for the Figueroa fight. You got to be active on Cool Boy. Now, yeah, I do know that Cool Boy has, like you say, the angles and this and that. So did Rashidi Ellis in his last fight. A lot of these black fighters, look, man, it's a blessing to be born black. We have a lot of advantages from a physical standpoint against the rest of the world. That's a great thing, but that doesn't guarantee that you're gonna beat someone who's possibly more disciplined than you, who has more knockouts. Because I don't see how Cool Boy is gonna keep Monster Inoue off of him. I don't see it. I just don't see it. He wasn't able to keep Figueroa off of him, and most of the punches that I saw that Figueroa was landing on him were shots that Inoue normally knocks people out with, precision body shots. Because people need to go back and watch that fight. Cool Boy was little stinky legged and wobbling, and his back was hitting the back of the turnbuckle in the 10th round, the 11th round, looking a little gassed. And when you got a guy who is a supreme finisher, like Inoue, that's called cake. That's called taking candy from a baby. You bring up the fact that Donier broke or fractured his orbital bone in that fight, but like I said, nobody knew that until the fight was over. And we already know somebody with 8 knockouts sure as hell ain't gonna do that. You act like at 122 pounds, this guy power is gonna be so different. Because Stephen Fulton's at 122 pounds, his power is going to be so much different. This guy's not a puncher. He's not a puncher. He got 8 knockouts. He's not a puncher. And once, I've actually because of this debate, I had to actually sit back and watch film. You guys just going off narrative. Inoue has a great jab. Inoue has great timing. Inoue has pretty good defense too. You know, like I said, everyone's not going to be as athletic as a black fighter, but athleticism is not going to always get you over the hump when it comes to a fight. This fight is not going to go the distance, and I'm going to be looking for you when we see Cool Boy Steve looking up at the canvas with his gold teeth in his mouth and the fucking ducks going around his head because he's dizzy. Because the blueprint is right there in the Figueroa fight. You keep the pressure on him, and Figueroa, he's not a bigger puncher. He's not a bigger puncher than Inoue. And there was plenty of punches that got through Inoue's defense. Plenty of punches that got through that got through Cool Boy's defense. So you sitting up there, everyone runs that sprint real fast in the beginning, but as that punishment starts to take its toll, as it takes its toll, and you start going into those later rounds, and the shit that you seeing is coming at you, but you can't get out the way no more, and you got that high guard up, and you realizing that you can't keep this motherfucker off you, and he's tattooing your ass. It's gonna be a whole different ball game. And I listen, like I said, I got love for the boy Stephen Fulton. I spent 10 years of my life in Philly. I go back to Philly all the time. I see Philly as a second home for me. But real recognize real. And when I was asked about this debate, I picked Inoue because I honestly believe in my heart that he's going to beat Cool Boy Steve Fulton. That power, he's not going to be able to keep Inoue off. The only chance he has is to dance around the ring, but it's going to catch up to him. It is going to catch up. It's going to catch up to him. And once that power catches up to him and Cool Boy Steven, because we've seen the vulnerability, as I said, him slowing down, his back touching the turnbuckle all the time. Once that vulnerability shows up, we already know what Inoue do. They don't call him the monster for no reason. This brother talk about 122 pounds like it's such, like it's such a big weight class. Like it's like this is like he's going up to 135 or 140. This is one of the smallest jumps from weight class. It's a 4-pound weight difference. 4 pounds. And most fighters, just every single fighter that fights normally has to shrink down to get to that weight class. You talk about, he's never fought anyone like this before. This person has more skills. But they said the same thing about Manny Pacquiao. We seen his power sure translated up them weight classes. His power sure was knocking these top guys out. A guy with 8 knockouts, nigga, don't make me laugh, man. This shit is funny to me, to be honest, man. This guy is not going to stand a chance in this fight. I'll give him probably the first 5 rounds, maybe 4 to 5 rounds, but Inoue is a warrior. He's battle tested. I've seen how he's dealt with an injury that most fighters will have the fight stopped for in a broken orbital bone. This guy still fought. He still dropped his opponent. He still won a unanimous decision. The same thing is going to happen to Steve Fulton. It ain't going to be no different. And it's going to be a sad day for me because I don't want to see that happen to Steve Fulton. But when I look at Fulton and I look at Inoue and I seen you talk about this great defense, once Figueroa got on the inside, he was landing a whole lot of clean punches to the head, to the body, all over the place. And it took a toll. And Inoue is a more accurate puncher than him. He has better timing than him. He's a more precise puncher than him. And those shots to the liver that has dropped and knocked out many people is going to happen to Cool Boy Steven as well. When he gets hit with that samurai uppercut and liver shot, he's going to slow down and he's going to wind up taking a beating. And I'm going to be right here on Knockouts Channel waiting for you to show up and talk about all the skills that Cool Boy have once we see him getting picked up off the canvas.
All right. You got your rebuttal, T. You got 5 minutes, man. Timer starts when you start talking, bro.
For sure. So your main point is basically, again, his power. You keep saying power when he's never even fought a guy at 122. You talking about Another one of your main points is, oh, Brandon Figueroa could get on the inside. Brandon Figueroa walk him down. If Brandon Figueroa could land those shots, but what you fail to mention is that Brandon Figueroa is a much different fight from Inoue. This is boxing. We know the person who can implement their style the best is what makes the fight. Brandon Figueroa is 7 fucking inches taller than Inoue. You keep grasping at that fight as if that fight is comparable. That's 2 different styles. That's 2 different fighters. One fighter is 5'10", the other one is 5'4". One fighter has a 70+ inch arm reach. One has a 67, 66 inch arm reach. That's not going to help him. The magical game plan you keep saying, the question is, who wins this fight and why? You keep saying Inoue is going to walk him down. You keep saying 4 pounds, but again, you leaving out all the other measurables. You also killed your own self because you said a lot of these fighters, trying to big up Inoue, when they fight, they're coming down in weight anyway, right? So you allude to the Inoue is coming down in weight to fight at 118. Most of the fighters that Cool Boy Steph himself, they couldn't even make 118. You get what I'm saying? So Cool Boy is coming down as well. His next fight was actually about to be at 126 until Inoue decided to go some nuts and come up here and fight, somebody that's worth a damn. You get what I'm saying? So you keep alluding to the fact that he's not that much bigger than him, when actually you answered your own question. He's a lot bigger than him because he's coming down in weight. Do you see Cool Boy in between fights? You go see at the face-off. You get what I'm saying? It's weight classes for a reason. It's a reason Inoue was able to come from 105 to 108 to 112, 115, 118 because he's a small guy. Cool Boy probably ain't been 118 pounds, you know what I mean, since goddamn high school. You know what I mean? He's actually doing himself he's actually hurt himself a little bit, you know what I'm saying, by fighting at 122. But you couldn't tell by his performances, right? You mentioned his fatigue and what's so, right? That has a lot to do, you know what I mean, with him coming down to 122. So he's a big guy. But the thing is, he is a big guy. He moves extremely well. Inoue makes Inoue's timing. Cool Boy has better timing than Inoue. The only hope that Inoue has is him knocking him out. The only hope that Inoue has is Cool Boy being off of his game. You got to hope that Cool Boy is off of his game. You got to hope that the bigger fighter power don't hurt the smaller fighter, but the smaller fighter power hurt the bigger fighter. That's the world you got to live in when you want Inoue to win. It's not called power. It's called boxing. Cool Boy is the better boxer at every facet. Smaller guys don't get on the inside of Cool Boy. Figueroa can do that because he has way bigger dimensions than Inoue. Inoue is not Brandon Figueroa. Brandon Figueroa will beat Inoue up because he's a lot smaller than Brandon Figueroa, and his volume will be too much for Inoue. It's different at this weight class. Yes, Brandon Figueroa does hit harder than Cool Boy because he stop and knock out guys at 122, and we don't know what Cool Boy do at 122. This fight gonna be at 122. We do know what Cool Boy do at 122. Never miss weight, and he dominate the division. Ranked number 1 in the division. You know what I mean? He's ranked number 1 at 122. He's nowhere near. You know what I mean? And he's nowhere near. You know what I mean? A lot of these pundits, pound for pound, that you like to go to, but you find Cool Boy on there. You know what I mean? And he ain't fought half the competition. You know what I mean? That Cool Boy still fought. He struggled with an old monster. You know what I mean? You mentioned Inoue having a good jab. He does have a good jab. He does have good defense. He does have good move. First of all, I never seen Inoue, nobody say nothing. Oh, Inoue is displaying great defense. All they talk about is his knockouts, which is the same thing that you keep talking about, which we don't even know if it's going to happen at this division. He's not known for his defense because
1 minute, T. You got 1 minute.
So you can say he has good defense. But again, what I said was, right, good ain't going to be good enough. Whatever he has, Cool Boy has it times 10. He's better in every facet. Ask yourself, yes, Inoue has a jab. Who has the better jab? Who has more reach? Yes, Inoue can move his feet. Who has better foot movement? You told me already that Cool Boy Step is the better athlete. A lot of Inoue's advantages come from him being the better, bigger athlete. He's neither in this fight. All these extremities and stuff that he got to go against, he's never win against this in this fight. Cool Boy and 4 guys like Monster before, guys with power. Damn near everybody in boxing got
20
power.
seconds.
Damn near everybody in boxing got power. Power ain't gonna be enough. And we don't even know if you got power at 122. Your power is in question. Can you hit Brandon Figueroa and break him up? Can you keep Brandon Figueroa off you? Can you even turn and outbox Brandon Figueroa? Can you take any of these guys' power at 122 when you about to fight the best?
That's time, T. That's time, T. That's time, brother. That's time. All right, you got 5 minutes, Kwame. You got 5 minutes, man.
Yeah, man. It's interesting, man. This brother keep talking about all I keep talking about is power, but I think he just creates that narrative because he hear what he want to hear. I clearly said in the last round uh, about his power, about his timing, about his punch placement and accuracy is why he gets knockouts. So this narrative you keep talking about powers is a false narrative. The second thing you talked about weight classes and I body myself. Actually, you did the same. You did what you claim that I did to myself. You said Cool Boy was supposed to go to 126, and he's actually hanging around at this weight class. Well, I mean, this is just boxing 101 for most people who watch the sport of boxing. Guys who normally are supposed to be moving up and has to stay at a weight class or have to maybe drain themselves down for in a weight class. What happens to those guys normally is that they fatigue and their punch resistance normally lowers when they're supposed to be moving up in weight and they got to shrink themselves down. We all know that most guys who have power and are moving up in weight classes normally perform better when they're moving up because they have less weight to move. And especially in a fight, in a matchup like this, where there's only a 4 pound weight difference and not a 7 pound weight difference. Okay. So let's just say worst case scenario you talk about is his power not going to carry at 122 from 118. Worst case scenario, Steve Fulton has 8 knockouts at 122. I would say that what Inoue has been able to accomplish, if we just say law of averages, he probably would have at 122. Who knows? Maybe 15 knockouts, which would be 7 more than Cool Boy Steve Fulton. So I listen. I have no doubt about what's going to happen in this fight, man. This is a very hard debate because the people who are watching this debate, most of us are in the same demographic, and we're going to root for certain fighters, and we're going to be able to relate to certain fighters, and we may not be able to relate to a fighter just because that fighter's from another country or has a different culture. But let me say this to you again because you keep speaking about Cool Boy Steph skills. All right. Being a better or pure boxer doesn't mean that you're the better fighter. That doesn't equate to being the better fighter. There's a lot of different aspects and mental aspects to being a great fighter. Most people won't argue, and they'll say that they think that Terrence Crawford has better skills than Errol Spence, but they pick Errol Spence to beat Terrence Crawford. Has nothing to do with one guy being a better boxer. And it goes to being a complete fighter. And when you're talking about more of a complete fighter, we're talking about Monster Inoue. He's proved it time and time again with what he's been able to accomplish in the sport, what he's been able to do in terms of how he has stopped his opponents, how he has done it to people who has never been stopped. And I'm telling you, Cool Boy Steve Fulton, unfortunately, he's going to be another one we're going to tick off that list. There's probably a reason why he's going to Cool Boy Steve first at 122. You know why he's going after him first in 122? Because he sees something. He sees those fucking pillow fists that he had, and he know that he's not going to be able to keep him off of him. He knows it, and I know it, and I see it. And unfortunately, when this fight happens, there's going to be a lot of people that are in this panel, a lot of people who are in the chat who are rooting for Cool Boy Steve Fulton because we can relate to Cool Boy Steve Fulton. We probably grown up next to a Cool Boy Steve Fulton, and we're gonna root for Cool Boy Steve Fulton. But what I'm going to tell you is when Cool Boy Steve Fulton,
Kwame, 1 minute.
When Cool Boy Steve Fulton gets his ass knocked the fuck out and he's seeing stars in that ring, that motherfucker's just gonna be Stephen Fulton. Ain't gonna be nothing cool about that shit anymore after we see him counting the birds going around his head. So, when it comes to fighters and you're looking at two fighters, it's not always about who has the best boxing skills. It's about who is the better and more complete fighter. And there's a warrior mentality in these guys. These Asian guys who are disciplined, who have been trained to be warriors from the time that they were born. This guy has put on gloves from the age of 5 years old, and he was trained by his dad, who was an amateur boxer. And when he fought in as an amateur, people were checking his gloves to see if they were loaded, and we got the same thing's going to happen again in this fight.
Time, Kwame. That's time. That's time. That's time, brother. Hey, y'all put some hand clap emojis in my chat for a great debate. I thought that shit was fire. I'm going to get the poll going right now. This time it's on Fight Doctor. First Fight Doctor, who you giving the round to?
Yeah, so I'll give a shout out to both of our debaters tonight. I thought they did an excellent job. I enjoyed Kwame's narrative. I thought that he made some excellent points about why he thinks Inoue would win the fight. He seemed to base his argument on Inoue's punching power, his timing and accuracy. That seemed to be the crux of his argument. But I think T made a better argument as far as answering the question which was asked, which is who wins the fight and why. So I was really looking for more of a technical breakdown. And in that department, I think that's where T sort of, took the debate or took the round, in my opinion. So Kwame seemed to, when it comes to a technical breakdown of the fight, why he think that Inoue would beat Stephen Fulton, he seemed to base his argument on the fact that Figueroa had given Fulton problems. And I think that T made an excellent counter to that point, which is simply Inoue is not Figueroa. And he makes some excellent points about the tell of the tape that Fulton would be the biggest, strongest fighter that Inoue would have fought. He has the height, reach. He has better jab, better footwork. So he made some good points. And it was a close round, but I thought he made the slightly better argument. So I'm going to give this round to T.
All right, let's go to my brother BFTB. BF, who you giving the last and final round to, man?
Like Dr. He pretty much said just about everything in the state.
We can't hear you, brother.
Yeah, you chopping up, BF. Chopping up, bro.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, go ahead.
There we go. Okay. I said salute to Fight Doctor because he pretty much said everything that was in my head. Where we slightly disagreed. I was given this to me. I thought Kwame was winning this round like close. It was very close, but he was winning it up until he said that the overall better fighter. When he already said that, Black people pretty much in a nutshell have those gifts. We're gifted with that. I think if he wouldn't have said that, for me, he would have won this round if he wouldn't have said that. But he already put that out, so I can't disregard it. And I think that was the thing right there. I think that he sort of nipped himself just so close. This was such a tough round because both of these guys put in so much work. I think that if he wouldn't have said that, he to me he would have won that round to me. But because of that, I gotta give it to Kwame. I gotta give it to T.
Bro, if you don't get the hell out of my motherfucking head, man. Like, if you don't get the hell out my head, bro. Like, I had it the same way as the two brothers did, and it wasn't just that. I still had Kwame winning the round up until he said the better boxer doesn't mean that you the better fighter. I'm like, bro, you can't give Fulton credit for being the better boxer, bro. Like, don't do that. And so for those reasons, and then the key turning point for me on T that I like when he made the argument about Figueroa being 7 inches taller and just being overall just way bigger than Inoue. So that parallel didn't equate well. I thought it was a damn close debate. Got a little chippy at times. I slightly scored it 2-1 to T as well, but I want to salute both of these brothers for doing such a great job. I'm going to be talking some boxing for anybody that want to stay up, and I'm going to drop the link for anybody that want to have that panel open. But for right now, let's get last words. I'm going to go to T first because I know T got to go. He has something he got to do. So, T, go ahead and get your last words, bro. Let everybody know what you got popping, and we'll go from there, man.
I appreciate you letting me use your platform, Knockout. I ain't even gonna do it. I ain't gonna do what I was finna do. You know what I mean? I proved my point. You know what I mean? Type deal. But I appreciate you letting me slide through, Knockout.
You know you always welcome, dog.
My brother BF, Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. You know, blessing us with your time. My brother, what's your name down here with the fight? With the fight icon.
That's the fight doctor.
Fight
Bro.
doctor.
That's the fight doctor.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, my guy. Nice meeting you, my guy. I'm subscribed to you once I get up off this thing. Y'all subscribe to my YouTube pretty much. I'll be on that bitch damn near, 24/7. You know what I mean? I need about 20 subs till I get to 3,500. Y'all hit that subscription button for me. We talk.
Both he and Kwame's links are in the description of this live stream, y'all. We got 217 people in here, so no reason he can't get to 20 tonight. If y'all go hit that sub button right now. His link is in the description of this live stream. So go get him some subs. You're doing great work over there. Go ahead, bro.
Appreciate it. That's all I want to say. Appreciate you letting me use your platform now, guys.
Always, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for your time and good luck to your brother tonight, man.
And for sure, if you ever judge my journey again, don't ever give me no advice again. I mean it. All right, don't ever give me no advice again. I don't need your advice, bro. Appreciate you,
bro. You can just go where you going.
All right, Kwame, go ahead and give your last words. Everybody is clear. It was 2-1 in favor of T because that question's coming up. Go ahead, B.
I got a dip. So I apologize for cutting in. I just want to say one thing, bro. Like, salute to both my brothers. But I wish I think Kwame could have won that second round very easily if he would have just said, bro, the reason why Inoue is a better pound for pound fighter because he's moving up to fight Kubo. He's moving up to fight that man. Cool Boy's not moving up. He's moving up to fight him. I was hoping that Kwame said that. I was hoping that. That's what I was waiting on. If he would have said that, he would have got it for me without question. Because with all the accolades and everything that they both have, and yada yada yada. But he's moving up to fight Cool Boy. Cool Boy ain't moving up to fight him. So that's what I was hoping that my brother Kwame said.
Yeah, it's the Usyk shit. Like, you ain't got to wonder what I would do if we the same size. I'm just gonna move up and beat your ass. I got
and that's what I was waiting on him to do. And I wish he would have said it because he would have won it clearly for me. But I got to dip out, man. I appreciate both of y'all, man. It's all love to everybody on the panel. I don't know Fight Doctor, but salute to you, homie. And I gotta go, but appreciate y'all, man. And damn, Kwame, I wish you would have said that because I was waiting for it, Brody.
Yo, salute to you, brother.
All right, man. Take it easy. Yeah. All right, let's go to Fight Doctor. Fight Doctor, get your last words, man, and let everybody know where to find you and what you got going on, man.
Yeah, so my brother Kwame, that second round, I wanted to give that round to you, brother.
The third round or
the second round?
The second round.
The second round. The previous the judge, the brother who just left us, he made an excellent point. And again, that second round, brother, it was there for the taking. And it just seemed to me like you kind of went off on a tangent because all of the things that was going on in my head, I was like, this is low-hanging fruit. I mean, this is like almost like a ringer. This question is designed for you to win. Because basically, if you just went over a couple of little things, like, the fact that he's been through multiple divisions, he's moving up to challenge this man, this and the other, you could have won that round, but you seem more interested in talking about his pedigree, that really had nothing to do with boxing. I'm like, okay, I mean, that's good, that's interesting, but it's not really answering the question.
Kwame got the cooking and talking his shit. That's all they have. He was
basically,
cooking.
Yeah.
Well, you threw me off a little knockout when you was like, "Oh, I grade pound for pound differently," and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what made me.
Oh, I didn't mean. I graded it based off of that question. That's what I meant, bro. I didn't mean to throw you off. I wouldn't try to throw you off on purpose and no shit like that.
No, it's all good. It's just a debate.
We was looking on skills, accomplishments, and resume. But bro, you did a phenomenal job. Everybody did a phenomenal job. I hope everybody knows there's no losers. But Fight Doctor, man, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for pulling up on me, man. And if you got some smoke that you want, all you gotta do is hit me up. I'll try to set something up for you. I'd love to have you back in the debate arena, man.
Thank you, brother. And if you can maybe just let me know, like, what are the debate topics coming up, and if it's something that catches my eye, then I'll hit you up.
Okay. All right, I'll shoot you an email, bro. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, Kwame, go ahead and give your last words, bro. Let everybody know what you got popping, man. When we can expect some more lives from you, dog. Talking shit to Terrence Crawford fans and shit, man.
I'm real caught up in shit in my real life right now. I just purchased a home. I just purchased a home in DC. I'm moving. I just got a lot of shit going on. So for me right now, YouTube is on the back burner. It's just fun. But I appreciate you bringing me on. You bringing me on for for this debate. I knew it was going to be a tough debate for me to win just because the majority of our fan base is black. You know what I'm saying? And most people already have an opinion on this fight in terms of Cool Boy and who they like. So I had to speak about pedigree, but I did leave I did leave some meat on the bone after listening to the judges, and it's just a learning experience for me. This is not life or death. This is just a debate, and this is something we do to have fun. This is a great platform for us to come on here and do that. And I'll be back again. And my next debate, I'll just make sure that I'm better the next time around.
Man, I appreciate you, bro. Always, coming through and giving me your time, whether it's judging or debating. You always down for the call. So I appreciate you, bro. And I'll catch you next time, man. You take it easy, bro. And you're more than welcome to come back. We about to talk Benavidez and Plant. But if you gotta go, you gotta go. I understand. But we about to start chopping it up right now. But you have a good night, bro.
You too, brother. Peace.
All right, peace. All right, y'all. Let's talk this boxing shit, man. I got a little bit of time. Debate's over. Let's get it going, man. David Benavidez and Caleb Plant had their press conference today. Before I get to it, you know what I mean? We got the link in the chat for anybody that want the link. You can hop on the link. You can do your thing. But a couple of things real quick. Let me catch these super chats from my people that dropped the super chats to you, boy. Shout out Big Dog Willie in that super chat with the $2. Says Con says hit the like button for Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Stop hating. Big facts. And then shout out to my brother Matayo L with the $10 in the super chat. He says good work. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Good work to everybody. And I appreciate y'all in the chat for always supporting these debates, man. And we got a big one coming. So we got a big one coming next week, next Thursday night. Show starts at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Debate starts shortly after that. We got an Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford debate. I got my brothers Money Brown TV versus my other brother, Boxer Die King David KD from Boxer Die. CB3, what up with you? And so they going at it on Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. So y'all be sure to tune in for that. Now, the big announcement, then we'll talk some boxing, bro. The big, and again, the link is there for anybody that want to come up here and talk about this David Benavidez and Caleb Plant shit, man. If you don't, then y'all just listen to me cook, because your boy's here to cook for you. I got you. No issue, because I seen a lot, right? Let me put this up here just in case don't nobody come. Boom, we right there with it. So, this big announcement I got for y'all, man. So, we will now be adding a live stream to the channel. So not only will we be live Wednesday nights and Thursday nights and be live on Sunday mornings with KQKC, I will also start going live now on Monday nights at the same time. So now you get your boy 3 nights a week, Monday night 7:30 p.m. Central Time, Wednesday night 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and Thursday night 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Been trying to make time to make sure I can give you guys more live shows, make sure I can deliver more consistent content to you guys. We still dropping videos every single day. Don't worry about that. Content gonna be coming in the form of videos, and we still gonna do our predictions, but we'll add one more to the schedule. So y'all be sure to tune in, bro. Every Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, we gonna be getting it popping, as well as our normal shows that we already do. So that's the announcement that we got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy that, man. We're just trying to work. We're just trying to work and be consistent, and make sure that we keep our family. Shout out to my wife, Miss Knockout, and my daughter Jada, Nivea, my son Trey, for allowing me to make this time for y'all, and we was able to work it out to where I could still give them their time and be able to make some more time for a show. So it's gonna be Monday nights, and we're gonna stay in the same time slot, so you ain't got to worry about me switching up times on you. You ain't got to worry about when I'm gonna do it. Y'all know, if you know anything since you've been following the channel for a while now, y'all know when I tell y'all I'm gonna do something, we gonna do it. Told y'all will get consistent content. You get that shit. We start the Wednesday and Thursday shows. Unless something come up with the family or I'm on vacation, we consistent with that shit. We are going to be consistent with this. We will be live starting this upcoming Monday, which is February the 6th. I will be now going live consistently Monday night 7:30, Wednesday night 7:30, and Thursday night 7:30. So y'all be sure to stay tuned for that. But let's talk about David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, man. Let's talk about that. Let me let everybody know. Let me put this on Twitter that we got the panel open, because sometimes people go and come back. Let me let them know the panel is open for anybody that want to participate. But David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, bro, that press conference was lit, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That press conference was fire. You can tell those guys really don't like each other. And one thing I took from the press conference that I want to talk about, though, Jose Benavidez Sr., he gotta be quiet, bro. He gotta be quiet. I don't like dudes doing all that talking. He was calling Caleb Plant all kind of B words and H words and female body parts and all kind of crazy shit, bro. All kind of crazy shit. Calling them all this. Dre Finest, that's right, man. You gotta be on time, bro. You doing all this weird shit to me, bro. Like, I don't like people who can't stand on what they saying, being able to talk shit. It's like, to me, like, to give y'all an analogy that you understand from me as a content creator, right? Like, I can't stand people that like be on Twitter talking shit about me, you know what I'm saying? Or be in comment sections talking like they want the smoke and shit, or they make like lives and videos and my name. Cause like, I don't like that shit. When you could just debate me, or we could just handle whatever issue and make the best man win type shit. I don't like when you do that shit and I can't get to you. I can't get the smoke that you claim you want. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't like that shit. And if it's Jose Benavidez Sr., I don't like you talking shit. Like, my son gonna get you. My son gonna beat your ass. You a hoe. You this, you that. Bro, like, your son a grown-ass man, number one. He can say that himself. Number two, let's just keep it. Like, if we want to just go take the sport out of it on some man-to-man shit, bro. Like, man-to-man. If your son wasn't there and Caleb Plant and you were the only people in the room, and he had an opportunity to make you stand on all the shit that you saying about him, what the hell y'all think would happen, bro? And that's why I don't like that shit. If Jose Benavidez Sr. and Caleb Plant was in the room together and wasn't no weapons involved, wasn't none of that shit, it was just man on man, me in my hands, you in your hands, and you talk to Caleb Plant like that, if you Jose Benavidez Sr., what the hell you think finna happen to you, bro? That's why I don't like that shit. I don't like when people do all that shit and they ain't got to stand on. That's why this internet shit be weird to me sometimes, bro. And I got you, Omega Red. I feel you. Like, I ain't mad at that. We gonna get to that, bro. Because I got a lot to say about it, right? But that's the part of it that leave me looking like, nah, bro. You gotta, you need to calm down a little bit. You know what I mean? You need to stay in the trainer's place because you can't stand on none of the shit you saying, bro. You can't stand on that. So why are you talking like that, bro? It's almost like y'all remember when Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford was doing their little thing in the highway back in 2018. They going back and forth, and then Terrence Crawford had a little homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Dude from Omaha, little dude from Omaha, look like he probably like 5'3", 115 pounds, talking big shit to Earl. Bud gonna beat your ass. Bud gonna do this. You ain't ready for Bud. You ain't ready for Bud. Bud gonna beat your ass. Earl looking like, bro, what you talking for? Why you talking from the side? Tell this nigga to be quiet, bro. Cause like you writing checks that Terrence Crawford got to cash, bro. You talking all this shit, but you a man, right? You a man, Earl a man, right? You a man, Earl man. What the hell you think will happen if you and Earl square up? Since you talking like that, right? Since you talking like that, what you think will happen if y'all square up, bro? So that's my take on the Jose Benavidez Sr. side of it, bro. Before we get to the actual fighters, it rubs me wrong when you talk shit knowing that you ain't ready to stand on what you said. And I ain't no tough guy, I ain't no gangster, I ain't none of that shit. But I'm respectful. I don't start nothing with nobody unless they start something with me. And when I say some shit, I mean it. And I'm ready for whatever consequences come with it. What up, Leon? I see you, bro. Jose Benavidez Sr. just popping off. Bro, you ain't stepping in the ring, fam. You ain't stepping in the ring. So right off the rip, when the press conference first started, I'm like, that shit, I don't like that energy. I don't like that shit. You like that dude to go get his brother, or go get his go get. I got you right side. You good? You like one of them dudes to go get your big brother, or go get your big little brother, or whoever. When somebody start putting hands on you, or you get into a situation where your mouth done said something, now you want somebody to take up for you. So I didn't like that shit, bro. But now let's get to the actual fighters, right? Let's get to the actual fighters, bro. Caleb Plant is a sarcastic, Funny ass asshole, bro. What else, Seattle Rick? Caleb Plant, bro, is what up with it, Hunter on the Hunt? He is like a sarcastic asshole, bro. He said, yo, I'm gonna be on weight. I'm gonna be ready to fight. I'm not gonna be on cocaine. And he said the shit so nonchalantly, bro. The moment he said that, bro, he said David Benavidez couldn't keep his cool for the rest of the press conference, bro. David Benavidez was mad for the rest of the press conference, bro. Hey, he didn't say it like mad or angry. He didn't say the shit like he was just uncomfortable. He just said the shit like it was like, I'm gonna win the fight. He just like, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be ready to fight. I'm gonna be on weight. I'm not gonna be on cocaine. I'm not gonna test positive for cocaine. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, damn, bro. You just gonna say that shit, Peter? What up, bro? Appreciate that, A1. You know we working. And then David Benavidez, he gets up and he let Caleb Plant know, bro. David Benavidez, he won't put hands on Caleb Plant, bro. He said he gonna knock his blood out of his mouth. He gonna beat his ass down. He promised he gonna have Caleb Plant in the hospital after the fight, and that he got the best fight, that he in the best shape that he done been in, bro. That's what he said. He in the best shape he done been in, and he about to put hands and feet on Caleb Plant. Now, it's one particular fighter that I think got a huge mental edge in this fight, bro. I think it's one of these two fighters based on this press conference and some information that we got. I think it's one fighter right now that has a huge mental edge. Who do y'all think that is, bro? Y'all give me y'all's opinion before I break down why I think what I think. Who do y'all think has the bigger mental edge in this fight? Let me know. Let me know. I want to talk about it. Something gave it away to me. Real talk. All right, let me see who y'all picking. Put it in the chat. It's 100 and something people still in here. Put it in the chat, bro. I want to see what y'all thinking. My brother Speck said Plant got the mental edge. Where it go? There you go. Leon says Plant got the mental edge. Let me see here. Peter says Plant. Johnny Q says Plant got the mental edge. IGM Tim says Plant. Nick J says David easy too. Okay. Edmund JGGB got Jones says Plant. Jerome got Plant. Crush got Plant. Don Jenkins, the Gotcha Gamer, got Plant. Black Boxing Kings got Plant with the mental edge. CB3 got Plant. Hunter got Plant. R. Stokes says Plant. Don Jenkins says Plant. Thrill Hill Plant. AD Solo says Plant. Jason says Plant. R. West says Plant coming off of that KO and containing his emotions, but he will lose. Let me see here. DJ says Plant was unfazed by the trash talk. Eric R. says Plant. Terra Sim says Plant. Let me see here. Plant living rent free. Plant. He keeping his cool. He talks so much. KQKC. Let's go, David. Got him emotional. Got David emotional. Plant. Benavidez says Juice. David says Warriors. Plant Antonio. All right, so a lot of it's mainly Plant. I see Marquis got David. I see Young World got David. Dankfather got Plant. 626 Jacob got Benavidez. Look, bro, to me, and you know I've been wrong before. We write a lot too. To me, mental edge, I say it's a landslide to David Benavidez. He got a huge mental edge over Caleb Plant right now, bro. A huge mental edge, bro. Huge. I don't even think it's close. What up, DJ? Bad luck to your Eagles next week, man. I don't even think it's close, bro. And let me explain to y'all why, dog. One thing I heard for you Plant supporters that thinking that's backing Caleb Plant to win. One thing I heard should give you cause to pause. One thing I heard should make you look like, damn, bro, I don't know, maybe I need to reconsider. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I gotta take a sip of this red wine, though. This shit good. And I was trying to pay attention to make sure I was a judge of sound mind, okay? And I had all my faculties while I was judging my brother's debates. I ain't want nobody to accuse me of being inebriated during the damn debates. But now I'm about to talk my shit, and I'm gonna take a sip, so y'all give me a damn minute, then we gonna talk about this shit. All right? That wasn't really a sip. Don't judge me. But here we go, bro. Listen. David got the huge mental edge for this reason and this reason only, bro. In my opinion. Caleb Plant. Oh, let me catch the super chat. I see you, young world. Hold up. Where it go? Where it go? Where it go? There it go. It just popped up. All right. Young world with the $2 in the super chat says David Benavidez coming like Michael Myers. LOL. Yeah, bro. What up, right side?
What up, KL? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, brother. I was about to cook on David Benavidez having the mental edge over Caleb Plant. Do you agree or disagree? You think Plant got the mental edge right now? Or you think David got the mental edge?
Man, I think I don't know, man. I like Caleb Plant, man, but it seemed like I don't know. He was way too calm for me.
Oh shit, my bad, money. Go ahead, right side. Go ahead, I did the wrong song. What Michael? Oh. Yeah, there you. My bad, y'all. My bad. Money, get the hell out of here. You ain't shit, bro. You ain't shit. Forget y'all, man. You ain't Big Ray, man. Forget both of y'all, man. Shit. Hey, go ahead though, bro. So you think it's David too? If you think it's David too, then I'm gonna cook on it. But if you got a difference of opinion, I was gonna let you cook. Then I was gonna tell everybody why it's David.
No, I just want to say this. I agree. I think it's David. Man, I don't know what it is about Caleb Plant, bro. Caleb Plant know how to get on the motherfucking skin, bro. And just the way he does it is, man, he's so crafty with it. But man, I think the overall mental edge go to David Benavidez. I think the aggression he has about or the really want to as far as this fight goes. Man, I ain't gonna say Caleb Plant scared. I ain't saying he's scared or anything like that, but he seems a little intimidated by David, man. Especially when David and his daddy talking big shit, bro. I'm like,
they are. I don't like his daddy talking though.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Everybody.
I don't like when you talk shit and you ain't got to stand on it, bro. I hate that shit, man.
It seems like all the fathers talking shit for no reason right now. So
bro. Like, why you talking shit and not standing on it? If we got some time after, we got to talk about what your boy David Haney, what his daddy just said, bro.
That's some bullshit too.
But, we got to talk about what he just said, but that's a whole nother topic. Let me
go ahead.
Let me cook on it, bro. So it's clearly David Benavidez, y'all, and it's very simple as to why, bro. It's one thing I heard in that press conference. I was like, oh, Plant scared, bro. I know Shawai, she said she disagrees. She think he ain't scared. I think he's scared. Listen, when I heard that Caleb Plant was on some Billy Joe Saunders shit, my ears perked up. When I heard that he was demanding the size of the ring, I don't know why that didn't do nothing for none of y'all in the chat, but to me, when you start demanding that you gotta have a big ass ring, bro, a 22 by 22 or whatever it is, that tells me a few things. Number one, you giving away your game plan. You letting everybody know you have no intentions, no want to, no desire to ever try to sit down with this man and get your respect. You trying to be on your back foot. You trying to be on your bicycle. You trying to move around that ring and stay the hell away from David Benavidez at all costs. You looking to run. You ain't looking to fight. So you giving away your game plan. And number two, that shows that you are concerned about his power. That shows that you are concerned about his punch volume. That you are so concerned that you ain't got the attitude like, say, bro, I don't give a damn what. I don't care what side ring we fight at. I'm better than you, and I'm about to whoop your ass, bro. I'm about to do you dirty. So when I seen that he was requesting the ring size and I gotta come out the blue corner, and then when David Benavidez and his father pressed him on it, he admitted that he requested that shit. I'm like, bro, you already mentally looking scary to me. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, to give y'all the analogy and shit, we do the debates over here. That's like me. Somebody want to come over here and debate me, and I'm like, all right, bet. Look, I got to pick all the questions. I get to go second every round. My rebuttal get to be longer than yours. My round get to be longer than yours. You can't say this. You can't speak on that. But now let's have a debate. I'm letting you know off the rip, I don't really want smoke on the even playing field, bro. So when I heard that shit, I'm like, oh, you got to get a mental edge to David Benavidez, because for his part, David Benavidez and Caleb Plant admitted this. I mean, shit, you just said yes to everything that we asked for. You said yes. That show you somebody that like, bro, I'm finna whoop your ass. What you want? Yes. What he say? He want the blue corner, man. I don't give a fuck what corner. Yeah, I'll come out the red corner. I don't care. I'm about to put hands on. I don't care about none of that shit. So I got one fighter that's like, yo, I'm coming to fight. I don't care about none of this extra shit. And I got another fighter that's giving away his game plan, letting everybody know what he plans to do. He ain't trying to sit down, get no respect. He ain't trying to sit down and earn David and show David that he got some pop too. He trying to box off his back foot, move around, outpoint, and employ the same goddamn game plan that got his ass whooped by Canelo Alvarez, bro. And we all know when you try to do all that moving around and you a back-footed boxer and shit, and you got gas tank issues like Caleb Plant, you setting yourself up for failure, bro. So I ain't with that, bro. I'm not with that. That let me know right there that man got a mental edge over Caleb Plant, bro. That's why I believe that, bro. DJ, what up, man?
What's going on, KO? What's up, right side?
What up, DJ?
Chilling, bro. Chilling, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Good. Wonderful. But the reason why I say Caleb is because it's something about that quiet before the storm. Now, although I picked David Benavidez to win this fight, because ultimately I think around round 7 or round 8, Caleb is gonna get tired. We've seen him do this before, right? With all this movement and everything, he got tired against Truex. He got tired against Canelo. It's just how he fights. But he might be crazy like a fox to actually try to stand in there with David Benavidez for at least a couple rounds, just to see what he's got. And after that, he'll probably employ his boxing strategy. But man, just the way he was responding every time David Benavidez said something, he didn't talk a lot, but the lines that he did put out there were gut check lines. Like, yo, I'm gonna show up on weight and I ain't gonna test positive for cocaine. I was like, bro.
That was a good one. He good at that shit. He did the same shit to Canelo.
Right. And right side was right about that, man. It's just something about Caleb, man, that just irks dudes, man. It's just, I don't know what to say about it. He just knows how to needle people.
Yeah, he a good talker. He good at that shit. He's articulate, and he's sarcastic, so it can make the punchline hit harder than what it would if he wasn't sarcastic. But his actions of what he needs to get in the ring, bro, like the actions of asking for a big ass ring like that are not the actions of someone that's confident, bro.
That's some of that Julio Cesar Chavez type stuff. You want a big ring, you want a soft mat, or you want a hard mat. All this different type of stuff, man, to try to gain, different advantages. Or he could have just asked for that stuff, like I said, just to kind of fuck with David. Like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna move around. And then I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb actually steps to him and puts David on the back foot, but I don't think that'll happen. And to David's own admission, he's not a one-punch knockout artist. It's more of a volume and accumulation type thing. Even though, like I said, I think Caleb will get stopped in like the 11th round, but don't be surprised if this turns into a fight at some point in this fight, man. And I think it's hard to say who has the mental edge, because I think both guys' approaches work for him. I think Caleb's calm demeanor and just needling guys, I think that works for him. That worked for him against Darrell, and that worked for him against other fighters not named Canelo. But I think David Benavidez's aggression and his just overall want to, I think that works for him. So it's hard to say who actually has a mental edge for me, because both guys' styles really work for them.
I'm with you. Right side. What up, bro? Get in on this, man. What you got?
Man, I understand what you mean about the ring size. I feel you. Now, I will say, not so much the ring size, how he answered the question about the ring size, and then they start to get on his helmet while you're stuttering. What you talk, when you know that right there, it did give me some cause to pause. But man, I ain't gonna hold you. I especially with Caleb Plant working with Breadman right now. I think he will fight off the back foot a lot during the fight, but there's gonna be times he's gonna sit down and trade. You know what I'm saying? And he can, in my opinion, since he's been working with Breadman, he sit on his power a lot better than he did before he started working with Breadman. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I just don't think that gives David that much of an advantage. You know what I'm saying? So.
What I also saw, like I hear what y'all saying. Also with Breadman, his damn output was very low in that Darrell fight. You ain't gonna win no rounds against David Benavidez punching 7 times a round, bro.
I agree with that.
Right.
I agree 100%
So
with that.
it's like looking for that perfect shot and shit, and he throwing 4, 5, 6 punch combinations. You gonna have to be a hellified counter puncher and not get tired. And again, for a person like David Benavidez who breaks you down, who is an accumulation stopper, like he stops you with an accumulation of punches, and he gets stronger as the fight goes on. The worst possible matchup for Caleb Plant is a guy that gets stronger as the fight goes on, because he gonna fade, bro. He gonna fade. Like that's the worst possible matchup for him. He's going to fade in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to understand, bro. He made Canelo look like Canelo got a gas tank, bro. Like people sleep on that fact. He made it look like Canelo finishes fight strong. He made it look like Canelo gets stronger as the fight goes on, and that is not the case, bro. Canelo got gas tank issues of his own.
Right, has had them for a while.
And Caleb Plant made him look like he got the best gas tank at 168, bro. If he get tired, like if he not only does he have to box perfect to win this fight, if he gets tired, his ass is grass. And now you making yourself move around a bigger ring. So the ropes are further away for you to get a break and maybe shoulder roll off the ropes and get a little break here, get a little break there. You're going to have to take an extra step back. And it's harder to go backwards than it is to go forward, man.
Absolutely.
It just
Absolutely. Is. And I think it's important for Caleb to try to keep this fight as close to the middle of the ring as possible.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I would say, man, and I think we saw it, you know, even in the build up to the Canelo fight, man. Caleb ain't no punk now.
Nah, he ain't no punk. I don't think he a punk at all. I just think that his style, bro, and like Canelo was able to tire him out and wear him out, and Canelo don't even punch a lot. He don't throw as many punches, and he just went to the body and it eventually wore Caleb Plant out. Like, bro, David Benavidez is going to let his hands go, and he's way bigger than Canelo.
Fuck it. He all gas, man.
Yeah, bro. Like
defense.
It's going to turn into a fight, and this is the tail of the fight. I think Caleb Plant is gonna counter him, and he's gonna catch him. If he cracked David Benavidez, and y'all see that fucking smile come across David Benavidez's face after getting cracked, bro, Caleb Plant in trouble. He got hit him with some shit. He got to hit him with some shit early to get that respect, bro.
It's over. The dog walking will start. Like, yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
oh, that's all you got.
Yeah,
it's over.
Bro. Yeah, if that's all you got, and I start smiling at your ass, bro, it's a wrap for you.
But it could also be one of them things, man. Like you see it with a lot of fighters when they get cracked like that and they start smiling, that shit hurt.
He ain't like that though. He a serial killer, bro. I done seen him do it.
Yeah, you're right.
He a motherfucking serial killer. Like
I think he like it though. I think he like it.
Yeah, he liked the fight for sure, bro. All right, right side, man. I got a few more minutes, man. Did you see Bill Haney's recent quotes, man?
Yeah, bro. I saw the quotes, man.
They contradicting what Devin told our good brother BF, man.
Hold on. Wait a minute. First things first. Where was Bill at when he said this? I didn't see exactly where he was at.
I don't know, man.
So I Bill, he started getting excited sometimes, and
I don't know, man. I'm just reading, bro.
Words just
I'm just reading. I think they were in the gym because he asked Devin, and Devin said something too. Man. So I'm just gonna read these quotes, and y'all tell me what y'all think.
Can somebody catch me up? I missed it.
Yeah, because Devin. So long story. Long story short, Devin told us, he said, look, man, when he was doing a great interview with BFTB did an outstanding interview with the undisputed champion of the world, Devin Haney. He told BFTB, after Loma, I'm moving up. BFT broke that shit, made it official, something that we all thought we knew. Say, after I fight Lomachenko, I'm moving up. Well, Bill Haney just said that ain't the case. Yeah, that's what he says. The lightweight division is on hostage, and you looking at who got the key. It will be no dropping of no belts. The only man to defend the undisputed championship of the world, we're on our second title defense. Everybody else dropped the belt. There will be no dropping any belts. The lightweight division, there's only one guy that has got the key. And in order to get the key, y'all got to come take it because we ain't giving you shit. Repeat, anybody can get it. It's Devin Haney versus everybody. Repeat. Anybody can get it, and we're not dropping no belts. The lightweight division is on lock, and you're looking at the man. I repeat, there will only be one lightweight champion in 2023, and you're looking at him. Anybody that wants to be a champion must go through Devin Haney in 2023, and we might think about letting somebody get a belt in 2024. Champ, if anyone wants to be a lightweight champ in 2023, who they got to go through, champ? Bill said to Devin. Devin said back, you got to go through the undisputed champ. You see, you got to go through the undisputed champ, said Bill. Boxing alert, in 2023, the lightweight division is under siege. Bad news.
Interesting. Because Shakur tweeted out he going to be a champion by the end of the year. So, hey.
Right side.
Let's get ugly.
Right side, talk to me.
That's some bullshit, man.
Why is it bullshit, man? They ain't moving up.
I'm going to tell you why it's bullshit. I'm about to tell you why. I told you from the beginning, I thought after the first Kambosos fight, Devin needed to get the hell out the division. He looked horrible. You feel me? The man looked, I mean, damn. Somebody had a picture up of goddamn the Thriller Michael Jackson and Devin. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to see that brother looking like that. Move your ass up. But you know what? I understand what he's trying to do. I know he quote unquote trying to make the big fights. I got it. I will tell you this, and I'm gonna be straight. I'll keep it a buck, bro. After the Loma fight, you know what I'm saying? Hell, if Devin don't move up, bro, and he fight a Tank or a Shakur, hey, you know I ride with Devin. I ride with him. It's hard for me to pick Devin to beat them brothers.
Nah, hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
I gotta keep it a buck, bro. And man, I'm just saying, ain't no way, man. Look, the brother, he already damn drained, man. You know what I'm saying? He rehydrated well for the second Kambosos fight. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but bro, get your ass, man. My brother Boxing Talk 101, he did a hell of a series or a little show, you know what I'm saying, on fighters who need to move up. And number one on the damn list was Devin Haney. And
man, don't you do that shit, man.
I agree 100%.
Don't you do that shit, man.
Oh, no, I'm still picking him. I'm still picking him. But it's hard, bro.
So you ain't letting him off that easy knockout?
Man, hell no, man. What?
That shit fucked me. I was like, man, y'all stay with this dumb shit, man. Stop talking crazy. Like, I understand, Bill, you want to sell and you want to promote, and I got it, bro. I got it. But come on, bro. Come on, man. Goddamn, keep it a buck, man. We gotta. I just gotta be honest about the shit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I gotta be honest about it. And hey, man, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Man,
I'm with Devin.
Trying to hear that shit.
But KO, don't that go back to what you were saying earlier about these guys backseat driving, about these guys' daddies and stuff talking, and they ain't got to stand on it?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. When I first heard this shit, bro, you should have seen my face, KO. I was like, man, God, then all this shit y'all been telling me about, y'all. I'm struggling to make the weight. But we're gonna do it for the big man. Look, if you're gonna do this shit for a whole nother year, well, listen, don't give me Ramadan. I don't want to hear nothing about Ramadan no more. I don't want to hear about none of that. You feel me? If you're gonna sit here and make these type of claims, bro, you have to stand on them and I expect you to look just as good when you get in the ring. Your nutritionist better be on point. You better stop eating candy and pizza and whatever. You better eat strictly vegetables the rest of this year, because I don't know how you're gonna do that and still be in tip-top condition when the fight comes, because we all see what happened with Shakur. You feel me? The brother, hey, it got to the point he just couldn't squeeze down no damn more. He told you, shit, I'm pissing muscle away out this mother. That's what Shakur said. So all I'm saying, bro, Devin, man, come on, bro, keep it a buck. Y'all got to keep it a buck at the end of the day. And I hate to tell you, I'm not a fan of that.
Thank Father, Jay Grant Jr., Neek J, my brother BFTB. Sometimes Dub right side, but not all the time. Sometimes he agree with me, bro. Y'all be getting mad at me, but these takes, they be aging like fine wine, bro.
I've been told you I couldn't listen to Bill for.
They be aging like fine wine, bro. I be trying to tell y'all, bro. I be trying to tell y'all.
You saying he should move up. You saying he should move up.
I've been said that shit, but what I also say, I said, look, bro, if they don't move up, I don't want no excuses. And my main thing is, bro, they be doing all that capping and shit, man. It be one thing one day, then it be the next thing the next day, and then what they gonna say? Oh, we was willing to stay at 135, but we couldn't get no fight, so we just moved up to 140. But you already told us you were moving up to 140, bro. So we only moving up to 140 because everybody ducking us. We only fighting Loma because Tank ducking us. We only fighting the Cambosos rematch because Tank is ducking us. We only went to go fight Cambosos because he's stepping up. Did nobody else want to fight us? Every fight that they have had since I started my channel, they had it because somebody else didn't want to fight them, bro.
Let me see the chat.
Every single one, bro.
Let me see what the chat's saying. Hold on.
No, they ain't killing you.
The weight ain't never been an issue. The weight ain't never been an issue.
Every single fight, bro. Every single fight they've had is always because somebody ducking them, bro. That's the only thing I call cap on. I don't think he no duck. I don't think he don't want no smoke. I just don't like that shit. And now this shit right here, bro, we all seen your son on the scale, bro. Number one, we seen him on the scale in the second Cambosos fight. Number two, we seen him say that he moving up, bro. We seen him say that. We seen him say that he moving up after this Lomachenko fight. Then you gonna go against that and say that y'all gonna be here for all of 2023. So does that mean you only fighting one time in 2023? And it's motherfucking Loma? Or are you gonna fight Loma in May and then you gonna fight again in 2023? And it's gonna be if Tank send you a contract. I don't want to hear shit from nobody, bro. If Tank send that contract at 135. After this man just said they staying at 135 anyway, I don't want to hear shit about Devin weight drain. I don't want to hear shit about Devin can't do this and they trying to have him at a disadvantage. I don't want to hear none of it, bro.
I'm saying all of it, respectfully, of course.
Nah, you shouldn't though, bro. You shouldn't.
Just because they come out.
Bro, you sound like a Bud Crawford fan talking about some no guarantees when that's some shit that nigga agreed to, bro.
Brother, I can use my eyes, right?
You can't use. How you gonna use weight drain as an excuse when the man said that's the way he want to fight it, bro?
Just because he said he want to fight that, we done seen plenty of people fighting that weight they shouldn't be fighting that. We done seen that. That ain't nothing new.
And that's why I don't want him to stay. I want them to fight at 140 because I know what y'all gonna do, bro. That's why I don't want Tank Davis to fight Gary Russell Jr. That's why I don't want Tank Davis and Devin to fight at 135. Because y'all know what's coming. Y'all don't want to admit it, but y'all know what Tank gonna do to that boy, bro. And so y'all looking for an excuse. And him staying at 135. And if they fight at 135, well, shit, Devin was winning the fight. Devin, he was boxing real good.
Shit, damn, Tank, Shakur. What's Shakur gonna do to him?
I don't think him and Shakur gonna fight. They ain't gonna fight till 147.
Stay around and let Shakur get used to fighting at that weight if you want to.
I want Devin to move up though, bro. I think those are bad quotes. Number one, somebody that big that's looking how he looked on the scales in his last fight, they should just, if you're not gonna commit to moving up, don't just say you're gonna stay at 135 for sure. Because again, people gonna look at you like, you said this shit, then you did this. It's gonna come off like it's cap, bro.
See, that's
it's gonna come off like it's cap.
I remember that's why guys really didn't stay on Shakur helmet like that, because Shakur told us, look, man, I got one, maybe two more fights, and then I'm moving up. I think that's why guys really didn't get on him as hard when he missed weight his last fight, because he didn't already put it out there that he was moving up, that he was even thinking about moving up, even considering the move up.
And he told us before his fight, see, this is the difference too, bro. and this is what I point to. This is the huge difference to me. Shakur, although it was like a short amount of time, he saw he was having troubles making weight. He missed the weight, and before that fight, before the Conceição fight, he said, "This is my last fight at 130. I'm moving up to 135. I can't make this weight no more." He fought Conceição, and then boom, he moved up. Devin Haney and them ain't even fought Loma yet, and all leading up to the fight, earlier this week or last week, they was moving up to 140 after this fight. Now here we are this week. Now they ain't moving up to 140 no more, bro. That be the difference. Like, it's the flipping and flopping shit for me, man.
Yeah.
And see, this the problem though for me. That mean, you know, I'm wrong with Dev, so I gotta sit here and try to make sense of this shit. Oh, man, I can't make sense of that shit. I'm not even trying, because it don't make sense for y'all to come out and say that bullshit, bro. That don't make no sense. Ain't no way BF like I said, ain't no way you just went on BF show, did the interview, said we moving up. Go over, you know what I'm saying? You talked to I know KQ, he done brought it up plenty of times. He spoke with Bill. Bill said, yeah, we moving up to 140. And now all of a sudden, because Keyshawn Davis supposedly said something, because of that, that's what, we gonna stick around. We go, man, stop capping, man. Stop it. Just keep it a buck, bro. You gotta start keeping that shit a buck, bro. It's ridiculous.
But you also open yourself up. See, now what he's done and what his father's done, now they open themselves up to a whole nother line of questioning going into this Lomachenko fight. How many questions you think he gonna get about his weight in these press conferences leading up to this Lomachenko fight?
Half the questions gonna be about his weight, if not
that.
more.
And if that, right, and it can be like, I don't want to get nobody no game.
Makes it a bad quote. Now you giving these reporters and media people and even boxing analysts or boxing pundits, you giving them more things to talk about. Well, man,
it ain't even the reporters though.
At any point in that fight, I don't know. Maybe the weight cut.
It's not even the reporters though, bro. I'm gonna make this point, then we're gonna go around for last words. But it's not even the reporters though, y'all. The main thing you do and where you fucked up at is now your ops and shit. They can use that shit against you, paint you in the corner, and make you look like a duck. Cause I'm gonna give everybody some free game right here. I ain't no boxing manager, but if I was Tank Davis's manager, bro, if I was managing Tank Davis right now, I'd send Devin Haney a take it or leave it contract at 135.
135. Facts.
And then if he don't take that shit, oh, y'all remember they said they were staying at 135. We sent them a contract. And now they talking about they want to move up to 140. He a motherfucking duck. Fight me at 135.
Yeah, now all of a sudden he get a contract, he want to move up.
Yeah, like, but like if I'm them, that's what I'm doing. Shit, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all, bro. That's what I'm doing. And that's why you don't say shit.
AJ, you know AJ already got a fight.
Yeah, that's why I be on these when they get to talking out the side of their neck and they say one thing, then they say another thing, then they say something else. They lucky somebody like me ain't managing somebody or in no power position in boxing, because I'm using that shit against you. Oh, for real, that's cool, bro. That's word. You and your fans and shit was saying, why not send the contract? You can send the contract. You fighting Ronnie, you send Loma. Why can't you send the contract right now? All right, here one go. 135. You said you're staying. What we doing?
Thanks.
Oh, 135 in December. You said 2023, right? 135 in December, nigga.
Make the damn weight.
135 in December when your ass is damn near a year big. 135 in December, or you a duck. And I'm letting everybody know I sent the shit too on social media. I sent him a contract at 135. He got that shit. Tell him to sign it. We offering him XYZ.
Yep.
Y'all let me know what he say.
Hey, that's scoundrel behavior right there.
Hey, bro. Hey, I'm just keeping it real, bro. That's what I would do if it was me. I ain't gonna give him too much game. Somebody might be listening. Y'all need to pay me for this shit, man. But go ahead, DJ, give your last word. Let everybody know, you know, what you got going, man. And don't you say shit about the Eagles, man. I ain't trying to hear that.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna say nothing about the Super Bowl 57 champions, man. I ain't gonna say nothing about them at all. But yeah, man, looking forward to some of these good fights coming up, man. I've been waiting on this Plant Benavidez fight for at least 2.5, 3 years now, since before COVID. So I'm super excited about this one. Hell, even the fights on that card, I think the El Rayo and Chris Colbert fight is going to be a good fight. That is a good fight for both guys at this point in their career.
Is that finalized yet?
Huh?
Yeah.
Is that finalized?
Yeah, they finalized. I think that's the co-main, if I'm not mistaken.
I know the Jesus Ramos and Joey Spencer fight got finalized. I didn't know. I seen people talking about
on that card too.
The other Ramos too.
I'm really excited about O'Shaquie Foster finally getting his first title shot, man. I think he's gonna beat the shit out Ray Vargas, but that's just me, my personal opinion. Because he's in a can't lose situation. If he loses this fight, he might not get another title shot. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know, he's actually undefeated at 130. His 2 losses came at 135 and 140. For whatever reason, he was fighting at 140. I don't know, man. It had been a money grab, but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to these fights coming up, man. I'm disappointed Navarrete ain't fighting fucking Valdez. I don't know what happened to Valdez.
They already reported that Valdez getting the winner.
Oh,
that's
he
up on
winner
right now. I think
it'll be
out because of an injury. But Navarrete and Valdez will be next if Navarrete win.
Yeah, I fully expect them to win this fight, man. But yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to some of these good fights coming up, man. Tim Tszyu and Tony Harrison, another good fight coming up. I'm just looking forward to some good fights and seeing my Eagles win the Super Bowl next week, man. But appreciate you for having me on, KO. Right side, you already know what it is, man. We coming back for y'all helmet next year in the SEC. And it is what it is, man.
We're gonna be busting y'all.
All right, peace out, man. Hey, shout out to Matayo with the $10 in the super chat. Appreciate you coming through and showing love. I didn't watch the press conference, Shawai Allah, for Richardson Hitchens, but I did drop a prediction video on that fight between him and John Bowser for members only. And you happen to be a member of the channel, so you can go watch it while everybody else got to wait for it to drop. Right side, man, go ahead and get your last words, bro.
Little unknown fact about John Bowser. John Bowser beat Michael Williams Jr., the same Michael Williams Jr. who will be fighting AB in Atlanta coming pretty soon. I'm still thinking about it.
He didn't just beat him. He beat his ass. He put him down like 4-5 times.
Facts.
He put him down like 4-5 times. Go ahead, man.
Man, listen, I will say, man, anybody, look, bro, I got to keep it a buck, man. When it comes to this Bill Devin thing, hey, I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. But come on, man, I can't just sit here and be delusional. I can't. I done been too critical of other people, other fans of other fighters being delusional and not just saying when bullshit is bullshit. So when it's bullshit, bro, I got to call it bullshit. And that's what I think this whole situation is. Shut your damn mouth and keep fighting, bro. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Man, much love to you, KO, as always. Shout out to Miss KO. I would always be remiss for not shouting her out, as she always allows you to give us your time, brother. Shout out to your whole family. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Much love to y'all. We rocking with Right Side next Tuesday. Since KO is starting his Monday show, we will be rocking with Right Side next Tuesday with my brother Champion Hart. You know what I'm saying? And we will have he will get into everything about the champ. Get to know him better. He'll be talking about cooking, his platform, Cooking with Champion Heart, all those good things, man. The week after that, we got my brother Major Key Boxing coming on. You know what I'm saying? And, man, we got some good things coming. So, but, man, shout out to you, Knockout. Much love to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all know what it is.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. Take it easy, bro. All right, man. Look, thank you to everybody. Let me get this real quick. Thank you for the debaters and everybody that came. There you go. Thank you for the debaters, everybody that came through, the judges, man. BFTB, Fight Doctor, Southern T, my brother Kwame from Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk. Shout out to Miss Knockout, my beautiful wife in the building. Be back there in a minute. And as I said, bro, a couple of announcements real quick. Again, got another debate next week, Thursday night. The show starts at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I got my brothers Money Brown TV going up against my brother Boxer Doc King David. They going at it over this Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford shit. That is going to be a fire-ass debate. Other announcement, man, as we said earlier, for those of y'all that might not have heard it, we will be going live 3 times a week now, including our show with KQKC. So I'll be live from now on Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, as well as Wednesday and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and then also live every single Sunday morning with this man right here, KQKC Boxing Network. But shout out again to Miss Knockout, R. Stokes, Shawai Allah, 77, Johnny Q, my brother Dank Father, David Butts. Who else we got? Jerome King, KQKC, G5 Gay, my bro, what's up? I believe he and Quee might be live right now, so y'all go check out Quee. I think she's live over there. John Norrie, Truth Speaks, 93 Octane, Devin Sonier, Louis A, Johnny Q, Dexter's Burner, Peter Von Arks, Marquis in the building, Specs in the building, Jason, DJ, Akilo Needham, my brother, Seattle Rick 206, TRX, SRT, Spitboxing TV, Don Jenkins, the Gotcha Gamer, and everybody else that showed up and showed out. Truth Speaks, appreciate you as well. Y'all hit the like button on your way out, just in case you haven't already. Be sure to watch boxing this weekend. We got fights tomorrow night. We got fights on Saturday night, and we do have predictions coming to you. Shout out to you too, Zoomverse, and y'all go sub the Zoomverse, my brother. And blessings to you and your family as well, bro. But yeah, we've got more prediction videos that are dropping tomorrow. They all are available for our members, so please Join the channel as a member if you want access to our prediction videos and exclusive content early. And otherwise, you have to wait to the end of the week to see the predictions that a lot of people already know. And the reason that you might want to wait for them is because our record been climbing. We got 506 predictions right and only 87 wrong. And we didn't miss a single prediction last week. And I don't plan on missing one this week. So y'all be sure to join the channel as a member if you could. It helps the channel grow. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all. See you later, Leon. I see you, bro. Peace out, man.